Rallis India Limited is a trusted solutions provider for agri-inputs globally with an emphasis on innovation to improve farm productivity. Rallis's mission of serving farmers through science is driven by the deeply embedded values of safety, passion, integrity, customer centricity and excellence. Rallis manufactures and markets a range of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, hybrid seeds, plant growth nutrients and soil conditioners used for a broad spectrum of crops. In a volatile environment, Rallis continued to record revenue growth during financial year 2021-22. We also launched 7 new products in crop protection and 6 each in crop nutrition and hybrid seeds, which are being well accepted among the farmer community. We have obtained 17 new registrations in 11 countries and intensified our research activities to strengthen our active ingredients product pipeline. With our recently inaugurated formulation plant at GIDC Dahej Chemical Zone, Rallis now has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. They produce more than 10,000 metric tons of technical grade along with over 20,000 kiloliters of formulated crop protection products. Our seed business is supported by 3 processing and packing units. In line with our strategy, our manufacturing capacity is being expanded with a focus on key active ingredients. Marketing activities are being intensified and distribution networks are being strengthened in key geographies. Rallis derives its strength from the nationwide distribution network supported by our highly knowledgeable front-end team. In existence for decades in this trade, Rallis has acquired strong brand equity in the rural market. Diversified process chemistry and stringent environment health and safety practices make Rallis a preferred partner for leading global players in manufacturing crop protection products. Farmers are Rallis key stakeholders. They are empowered with product knowledge, enabling them to take informed decisions to optimize the yield and quality of agri-produce. Rallis is closely connected with nearly 2 million farmers by way of its outreach programs, comprehensive product portfolio and farm-level engagement. Research activities in crop care segments are carried out at Rallis Innovation and Chemistry Hub, Bengaluru. Seeds research are conducted at the Biotechnology Lab in Bengaluru and a few more research stations across India. Experienced scientists in this well-equipped research infrastructure are the backbone of innovation at Rallis. Rallis leverages digital platforms to strengthen its internal processes and to drive farmer centricity. Rallis' digital strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, reducing costs, building customer loyalty, simplifying connect with stakeholders, and mitigating climate change risk. Rallis has been certified as a great place to work, which is a testimony to its high engagement and inclusive culture. The Employee Engagement Survey score is comparable with global top quartile companies. Rallis strongly believes in the Tata ethos and is committed to improve the quality of lives of the people in the community it serves. Rallis CSR initiatives are weaved around natural resource management, women empowerment, rural development, education and skill enhancement, with special attention on underprivileged, affirmative population. Even as we visualize a promising future, efforts are being made to align and integrate our goals with the ESG principles to build innovative business models. Your company has undertaken an ambitious 30 by 30 initiative to reduce 30% of its carbon emissions by the year 2030. With a vision to be among the top 3 leading enterprises in the chosen areas within farm inputs and chemistry-led businesses by 2026, Rallis India Limited is committed towards delivering innovative agricultural solutions for creating value and enhancing farm prosperity. Rallis India Limited is a trusted solutions provider for agri-inputs globally with an emphasis on innovation to improve farm productivity. Rallis's mission of serving farmers through science is driven by the deeply embedded values of safety, passion, integrity, customer centricity and excellence. Rallis manufactures and markets a range of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, hybrid seeds, plant growth nutrients, and soil conditioners used for a broad spectrum of crops. In a volatile environment, Rallis continued to record revenue growth during financial year 2021-22. We also launched 7 new products in crop protection and 6 each in crop nutrition and hybrid seeds, which are being well accepted among the farmer community. We have obtained 17 new registrations in 11 countries and intensified our research activities to strengthen our active ingredients product pipeline. With our recently inaugurated formulation plant at GIDC Dahej Chemical Zone, Rallis now has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. They produce more than 10,000 metric tons of technical grade along with over 20,000 kiloliters of formulated crop protection products. Our seed business is supported by 3 processing and packing units. In line with our strategy, our manufacturing capacity is being expanded with a focus on key active ingredients. Marketing activities are being intensified and distribution networks are being strengthened in key geographies. Rallis derives its strength from the nationwide distribution network supported by our highly knowledgeable front-end team. In existence for decades in this trade, Rallis has acquired strong brand equity in the rural market. Diversified process chemistry and stringent environment health and safety practices make Rallis a preferred partner for leading global players in manufacturing crop protection products. Farmers are Rallis key stakeholders. They are empowered with product knowledge, enabling them to take informed decisions to optimize the yield and quality of agri-produce. Rallis is closely connected with nearly 2 million farmers by way of its outreach programs, comprehensive product portfolio, and farm-level engagement. Research activities in crop care segments are carried out at Rallis Innovation and Chemistry Hub, Bengaluru. Seeds research are conducted at the Biotechnology Lab in Bengaluru and a few more research stations across India. Experienced scientists in this well-equipped research infrastructure are the backbone of innovation at Rallis. Rallis leverages digital platforms to strengthen its internal processes and to drive farmer centricity. Rallis' digital strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, reducing costs, building customer loyalty, simplifying connect with stakeholders, and mitigating climate change risk. Rallis has been certified as a great place to work, which is a testimony to its high engagement and inclusive culture. The Employee Engagement Survey score is comparable with global top quartile companies. Rallis strongly believes in the Tata ethos and is committed to improve the quality of lives of the people in the community it serves. Rallis CSR initiatives are weaved around natural resource management, women empowerment, rural development, education and skill enhancement, with special attention on underprivileged, affirmative population. Even as we visualize a promising future, efforts are being made to align and integrate our goals with the ESG principles to build innovative business models. Your company has undertaken an ambitious 30 by 30 initiative to reduce 30% of its carbon emissions by the year 2030. With a vision to be among the top 3 leading enterprises in the chosen areas within farm inputs and chemistry-led businesses by 2026, Rallis India Limited is committed towards delivering innovative agricultural solutions for creating value and enhancing farm prosperity. Rallis India Limited is a trusted solutions provider for agri-inputs globally with an emphasis on innovation to improve farm productivity. Rallis's mission of serving farmers through science is driven by the deeply embedded values of safety, passion, integrity, customer centricity, and excellence. Rallis manufactures and markets a range of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, hybrid seeds, plant growth nutrients, and soil conditioners used for a broad spectrum of crops. In a volatile environment, Rallis continued to record revenue growth during financial year 2021-22. We also launched 7 new products in crop protection and 6 each in crop nutrition and hybrid seeds, which are being well accepted among the farmer community. We have obtained 17 new registrations in 11 countries and intensified our research activities to strengthen our active ingredients product pipeline. With our recently inaugurated formulation plant at GIDC Dahej Chemical Zone, Rallis now has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. They produce more than 10,000 metric tons of technical grade along with over 20,000 kiloliters of formulated crop protection products. Our seed business is supported by 3 processing and packing units. In line with our strategy, our manufacturing capacity is being expanded with a focus on key active ingredients. Marketing activities are being intensified and distribution networks are being strengthened in key geographies. Rallis derives its strength from the nationwide distribution network supported by our highly knowledgeable front-end team. In existence for decades in this trade, Rallis has acquired strong brand equity in the rural market. Diversified process chemistry and stringent environment health and safety practices make Rallis a preferred partner for leading global players in manufacturing crop protection products. Farmers are Rallis' key stakeholders. They are empowered with product knowledge, enabling them to take informed decisions to optimize the yield and quality of agri-produce. Rallis is closely connected with nearly 2 million farmers by way of its outreach programs, comprehensive product portfolio, and farm-level engagement. Research activities in crop care segments are carried out at Rallis Innovation and Chemistry Hub, Bengaluru. Seeds research are conducted at the Biotechnology Lab in Bengaluru and a few more research stations across India. Experienced scientists in this well-equipped research infrastructure are the backbone of innovation at Rallis. Rallis leverages digital platforms to strengthen its internal processes and to drive farmer centricity. Rallis' digital strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, reducing costs, building customer loyalty, simplifying connect with stakeholders, and mitigating climate change risk. Rallis has been certified as a great place to work, which is a testimony to its high engagement and inclusive culture. The Employee Engagement Survey score is comparable with global top quartile companies. Rallis strongly believes in the Tata ethos and is committed to improve the quality of lives of the people in the community it serves. Rallis CSR initiatives are weaved around natural resource management, women empowerment, rural development, education and skill enhancement, with special attention on underprivileged, affirmative population. Even as we visualize a promising future, efforts are being made to align and integrate our goals with the ESG principles to build innovative business models. Your company has undertaken an ambitious 30 by 30 initiative to reduce 30% of its carbon emissions by the year 2030. With a vision to be among the top 3 leading enterprises in the chosen areas within farm inputs and chemistry-led businesses by 2026, Rallis India Limited is committed towards delivering innovative agricultural solutions for creating value and enhancing farm prosperity. Rallis India Limited is a trusted solutions provider for agri-inputs globally with an emphasis on innovation to improve farm productivity. Rallis's mission of serving farmers through science is driven by the deeply embedded values of safety, passion, integrity, customer centricity, and excellence. Rallis manufactures and markets a range of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, hybrid seeds, plant growth nutrients, and soil conditioners used for a broad spectrum of crops. In a volatile environment, Rallis continued to record revenue growth during financial year 2021-22. We also launched 7 new products in crop protection and 6 each in crop nutrition and hybrid seeds, which are being well accepted among the farmer community. We have obtained 17 new registrations in 11 countries and intensified our research activities to strengthen our active ingredients product pipeline. With our recently inaugurated formulation plant at GIDC Dahej Chemical Zone, Rallis now has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. They produce more than 10,000 metric tons of technical grade along with over 20,000 kiloliters of formulated crop protection products. Our seed business is supported by 3 processing and packing units. In line with our strategy, our manufacturing capacity is being expanded with a focus on key active ingredients. Marketing activities are being intensified and distribution networks are being strengthened in key geographies. Rallis derives its strength from the nationwide distribution network supported by our highly knowledgeable front-end team. In existence for decades in this trade, Rallis has acquired strong brand equity in the rural market. Diversified process chemistry and stringent environment health and safety practices make Rallis a preferred partner for leading global players in manufacturing crop protection products. Farmers are Rallis' key stakeholders. They are empowered with product knowledge, enabling them to take informed decisions to optimize the yield and quality of agri-produce. Rallis is closely connected with nearly 2 million farmers by way of its outreach programs, comprehensive product portfolio, and farm-level engagement. Research activities in crop care segments are carried out at Rallis Innovation and Chemistry Hub, Bengaluru. Seeds research are conducted at the Biotechnology Lab in Bengaluru and a few more research stations across India. Experienced scientists in this well-equipped research infrastructure are the backbone of innovation at Rallis. Rallis leverages digital platforms to strengthen its internal processes and to drive farmer centricity. Rallis' digital strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, reducing costs, building customer loyalty, simplifying connect with stakeholders, and mitigating climate change risk. Rallis has been certified as a great place to work, which is a testimony to its high engagement and inclusive culture. The Employee Engagement Survey score is comparable with global top quartile companies. Rallis strongly believes in the Tata ethos and is committed to improve the quality of lives of the people in the community it serves. Rallis CSR initiatives are weaved around natural resource management, women empowerment, rural development, education and skill enhancement, with special attention on underprivileged affirmative population. Even as we visualize a promising future, efforts are being made to align and integrate our goals with the ESG principles to build innovative business models. Your company has undertaken an ambitious 30 by 30 initiative to reduce 30% of its carbon emissions by the year 2030. With a vision to be among the top 3 leading enterprises in the chosen areas within farm inputs and chemistry-led businesses by 2026, Rallis India Limited is committed towards delivering innovative agricultural solutions for creating value and enhancing farm prosperity. Rallis India Limited is a trusted solutions provider for agri-inputs globally with an emphasis on innovation to improve farm productivity. Rallis's mission of serving farmers through science is driven by the deeply embedded values of safety, passion, integrity, customer centricity, and excellence. Rallis manufactures and markets a range of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, hybrid seeds, plant growth nutrients, and soil conditioners used for a broad spectrum of crops. In a volatile environment, Rallis continued to record revenue growth during financial year 2021-22. We also launched 7 new products in crop protection and 6 each in crop nutrition and hybrid seeds, which are being well accepted among the farmer community. We have obtained 17 new registrations in 11 countries and intensified our research activities to strengthen our active ingredients product pipeline. With our recently inaugurated formulation plant at GIDC Dahej Chemical Zone, Rallis now has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. They produce more than 10,000 metric tons of technical grade along with over 20,000 kiloliters of formulated crop protection products. Our seed business is supported by 3 processing and packing units. In line with our strategy, our manufacturing capacity is being expanded with a focus on key active ingredients. Marketing activities are being intensified and distribution networks are being strengthened in key geographies. Rallis derives its strength from the nationwide distribution network supported by our highly knowledgeable front-end team. In existence for decades in this trade, Rallis has acquired strong brand equity in the rural market. Diversified process chemistry and stringent environment health and safety practices make Rallis a preferred partner for leading global players in manufacturing crop protection products. Farmers are Rallis' key stakeholders. They are empowered with product knowledge, enabling them to take informed decisions to optimize the yield and quality of agri-produce. Rallis is closely connected with nearly 2 million farmers by way of its outreach programs, comprehensive product portfolio, and farm-level engagement. Research activities in crop care segments are carried out at Rallis Innovation and Chemistry Hub, Bengaluru. Seeds research are conducted at the Biotechnology Lab in Bengaluru and a few more research stations across India. Experienced scientists in this well-equipped research infrastructure are the backbone of innovation at Rallis. Rallis leverages digital platforms to strengthen its internal processes and to drive farmer centricity. Rallis' digital strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, reducing costs, building customer loyalty, simplifying connect with stakeholders, and mitigating climate change risk. Rallis has been certified as a great place to work, which is a testimony to its high engagement and inclusive culture. The Employee Engagement Survey score is comparable with global top quartile companies. Rallis strongly believes in the Tata ethos and is committed to improve the quality of lives of the people in the community it serves. Rallis CSR initiatives are weaved around natural resource management, women empowerment, rural development, education and skill enhancement, with special attention on underprivileged, affirmative population. Even as we visualize a promising future, efforts are being made to align and integrate our goals with the ESG principles to build innovative business models. Your company has undertaken an ambitious 30 by 30 initiative to reduce 30% of its carbon emissions by the year 2030. With a vision to be among the top 3 leading enterprises in the chosen areas within farm inputs and chemistry-led businesses by 2026, Rallis India Limited is committed towards delivering innovative agricultural solutions for creating value and enhancing farm prosperity. Rallis India Limited is a trusted solutions provider for agri-inputs globally with an emphasis on innovation to improve farm productivity. Rallis's mission of serving farmers through science is driven by the deeply embedded values of safety, passion, integrity, customer centricity, and excellence. Rallis manufactures and markets a range of herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, hybrid seeds, plant growth nutrients, and soil conditioners used for a broad spectrum of crops. In a volatile environment, Rallis continued to record revenue growth during financial year 2021-22. We also launched 7 new products in crop protection and 6 each in crop nutrition and hybrid seeds, which are being well accepted among the farmer community. We have obtained 17 new registrations in 11 countries and intensified our research activities to strengthen our active ingredients product pipeline. With our recently inaugurated formulation plant at GIDC Dahej Chemical Zone, Rallis now has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. They produce more than 10,000 metric tons of technical grade along with over 20,000 kiloliters of formulated crop protection products. Our seed business is supported by 3 processing and packing units. In line with our strategy, our manufacturing capacity is being expanded with a focus on key active ingredients. Marketing activities are being intensified and distribution networks are being strengthened in key geographies. Rallis derives its strength from the nationwide distribution network supported by our highly knowledgeable front-end team. In existence for decades in this trade, Rallis has acquired strong brand equity in the rural market. Diversified process chemistry and stringent environment health and safety practices make Rallis a preferred partner for leading global players in manufacturing crop protection products. Farmers are Rallis' key stakeholders. They are empowered with product knowledge, enabling them to take informed decisions to optimize the yield and quality of agri-produce. Rallis is closely connected with nearly 2 million farmers by way of its outreach programs, comprehensive product portfolio, and farm-level engagement. Research activities in crop care segments are carried out at Rallis Innovation and Chemistry Hub, Bengaluru. Seeds research are conducted at the Biotechnology Lab in Bengaluru and a few more research stations across India. Experienced scientists in this well-equipped research infrastructure are the backbone of innovation at Rallis. Rallis leverages digital platforms to strengthen its internal processes and to drive farmer centricity. Rallis' digital strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, reducing costs, building customer loyalty, simplifying connect with stakeholders, and mitigating climate change risk. Rallis has been certified as a great place to work, which is a testimony to its high engagement and inclusive culture. The Employee Engagement Survey score is comparable with global top quartile companies. Rallis strongly believes in the Tata ethos and is committed to improve the quality of lives of the people in the community it serves. Rallis CSR initiatives are weaved around natural resource management, women empowerment, rural development, education and skill enhancement, with special attention on underprivileged, affirmative population. Even as we visualize a promising future, efforts are being made to align and integrate our goals with the ESG principles to build innovative business models. Your company has undertaken an ambitious 30 by 30 initiative to reduce 30% of its carbon emissions by the year 2030. With a vision to be among the top 3 leading enterprises in the chosen areas within farm inputs and chemistry-led businesses by 2026, Rallis India Limited is committed towards delivering innovative agricultural solutions for creating value and enhancing farm prosperity.
Good morning and a warm welcome to all the members attending the 74th AGM of Rallis India Limited held through video conferencing. I hope you and your families are safe and healthy. In compliance with the applicable laws, we are holding this AGM through video conference this year as well. As there is no physical attendance of members, the requirement of appointing proxy is not applicable. The registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 are open for inspection. Even though most of you are familiar with participating in the AGM held through video conferencing, I would briefly take you through certain important points regarding the participation at this meeting. All members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on the mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The company has received requests from few shareholders to register them as speakers at the AGM. The shareholders have been registered on a first come, first served basis. Accordingly, once the question answer session starts, the chairman will announce the name of the speaker shareholders one by one. Only the audio of the speaker shareholder will thereafter be unmuted by the host. To start speaking, the shareholder is requested to click the video on button only once and wait till the video is on. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. While speaking, we would request the speaker to use the earphones so that he is clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other devices, no other background applications are running, and there is proper lighting to have a good video experience. If there is a connectivity problem at the speaker shareholder's end, we would invite the next speaker to join. Once the connectivity improves, the speaker shareholder may be called again to speak once the other shareholders who have registered complete their turn. We would request the speakers to be slow and loud while asking their questions so as to capture them correctly. We request the speaker shareholders to limit their speech to 3 minutes. In case any of the questions raised by you during this meeting have remained unanswered, you may email your request at the company's investor email ID. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issues, he or she may contact the helpline number mentioned in the notice of AGM. I now request the chairman to take forward the proceedings of the meeting. Thank you.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Bhaskar Bhatt, attending this meeting through video conference from Mumbai. I would like to welcome all of you to the 74th Annual General Meeting of the company. As the requisite quorum is present, I now call the meeting to order. I would like to now call upon my colleagues who are on video conference to introduce themselves, my colleagues on the board. I request Dr. Punita Kumar Sinha to introduce herself, please.
Morning, this is Punita Kumar Sinha. I chair the Stakeholders Relationship Committee and the Risk Committee.
Thank you. Ms. Padmini Khare Kaikar.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Padmini Khare Kaikar. I am attending the meeting of Rallis from my office in Mumbai. I serve as an independent director on the board of Rallis. I also chair the audit committee. Hope everyone is safe and in good health. Thank you.
Dr. C.V. Natraj.
Good morning. My name is C.V. Natraj. I chair the Nomination and Remuneration Committee and the Safety, Health, Environment and Sustainability Committees of your company. I serve as an independent director on the board. I hope you're all keeping well and safe, and thank you very much.
Mr. R. Mukundan.
Good morning. I am R. Mukundan. I'm attending this meeting from our factory near Chennai. I serve as a non-executive director on board of Rallis. I also chair the CSR committee of the company. Please stay safe and be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you. Attending this meeting with me here at this location in Bombay House are Mr. Sanjeev Lal, Managing Director and CEO, to my left, Ms. Subhra Gaurisaria, Chief Financial Officer, to Mr. Sanjeev Lal's left, and Mr. Yash Seth, Company Secretary to my right. We also have our senior leadership team attending this meeting through video conference from their respective locations. Representatives of BSR and Company LLP statutory auditors, Parikh and Associates secretarial auditors, and DC Dave and Company cost auditors are also attending the meeting through video conference. I would like to thank all the members for joining this meeting. I hope you and your families are safe and in good health. Due to the continued impact of COVID-19 pandemic and in line with the relevant circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, we are holding the AGM through video conference. A live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on NSDL's website. The company has taken requisite steps to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered at this AGM. The company has received 2 authorized representations along with board resolutions from corporate shareholders appointing and authorizing representatives under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 9,74,16,610 equity shares representing 50.09% of the paid up equity capital of the company. Since there is no physical attendance of members and in compliance with the circulars issued by MCA, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The registers as required by under the Companies Act 2013 are open for inspection. Members who have not voted earlier through remote e-voting can cast their vote in the course of the meeting through remote e-voting facility. Since the notice is already circulated to the members, with your permission, I take the notice convening the meeting as received and read. There are no qualifications in the report of the statutory and secretarial auditors. Before we proceed with the meeting, let me share a few thoughts on the performance of your company during 21-22. Amidst challenges on multiple fronts like the pandemic, recessionary trends, geopolitical tensions, and supply chain disruptions, embracing constant change was the imperative in the company. Your company demonstrated resilience and undertook actions to navigate through the volatility and uncertainty arising from these crises. As we collectively continue to steer through these challenges, we are grateful to all those with whose support India managed to quickly return to the growth path. The relentless commitment and dedication of every member of the Rallis family helped your company sail through the many challenges of the past year. Agriculture, as you know, has been playing a dual role in providing food security to the global population and employment to large sections of society. It continues to remain the second largest source of employment worldwide after the services sector. It has been the primary source of livelihood for 50% of India's population, in fact, more than 50%, and contributes to 16% of the country's gross domestic product. I move to crop protection market developments now. Globally, strong commodity prices fuel demand. The global crop protection revenues, including non-crop usage, crossed 73 billion US dollars in calendar year 2021 compared to 69 billion US dollars in 2020. This benefited the export business of Indian companies, including Rallis. The domestic crop product protection industry continues to be impacted by input challenges, especially of materials sourced from China, cost escalation, and freight cost increases. In this background, the domestic crop protection industry registered a nominal growth in top line in FY 21-22, albeit with margin contraction. Despite the challenging environment, our consolidated revenue from operations during the year grew marginally but did grow to 2,604 crores compared to 2,429 crores recorded in the previous year. Despite our best efforts to offset cost increases, the profit after tax was 164 crores compared to rupees 229 crores achieved in the previous year. Your company registered a growth of 11% in the crop care business and continues to show strong performance in crop nutrition by registering a 20% growth over the previous year. The seeds business, however, had a challenging year and reported a 13% decline in sales due to internal as well as external factors. The measures undertaken by your company's management are expected to address these challenges in the seeds business and help the business achieve sustainable profits and growth in the near and long term. On the community front, your company is committed to improve the quality of lives and promoting inclusive growth in society. The primary focus of the company's efforts is on natural resources management, rural development, education, farmer safety, and COVID-19 relief support, thereby progressing on various sustainable development goals. To drive future growth, your company will intensify focus and investments towards increasing manufacturing capacities, product portfolio expansion, and digital initiatives. We will also intensify our marketing investments to improve reach and visibility of our products. As we visualize a promising future, efforts are underway to align and integrate our goals with environment, social, and governance aspects (ESG). Your company has undertaken an ambitious initiative targeting 30% absolute reduction of carbon emission by the year 2030. The recent unfortunate geopolitical developments are impacting the global economy, including the agriculture sector. We are optimistic yet cautious in managing associated risks, which are too early to predict. The directors are pleased to recommend a dividend of rupees 3 per share, which is 300%, on the equity shares of the company of rupees 1 each for the year ended March 31st, 2022, resulting in a total dividend outflow of rupees 58.34 crore or 35% being the payout ratio. I would like to compliment the management team under the able leadership of Mr. Sanjeev Lal and the entire Rallis family for their continued support, which has helped us serve our customers during these challenging times. I would also like to thank all our shareholders and look forward to your continued understanding, support, and guidance as your company progresses towards its mission of serving farmers through science in the coming years. I now request Mr. Sanjeev Lal, Managing Director, to take over with a brief presentation.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to take you through a short presentation on the key highlights of the year gone by. Agriculture continues to be a source of livelihood for over half the population, and over the last 2 years of the pandemic, agriculture remained largely unaffected with the significant support from the industry and the government. Despite variability in rainfall, food grain production in the country was a record high given the diversity of crops and agroclimatic regions. With this background, your company recorded a 7% growth While our international business grew by 6%, our domestic crop protection business did well with a growth of 12%, and the crop nutrition category grew by 21%, although on a smaller base. However, in our seeds business, sales declined 13% due to climatic conditions and crop shifts, a phenomena experienced by most of the hybrid seed industry. Our profitability was down as cost increases could not be fully recovered from product pricing, and lower revenues of seeds business further impacted margins. We continue to invest in our growth agenda with a capital expenditure of about 185 crores being incurred during the year gone by, and the board has proposed a dividend of 300%. Our long-term strategy remains on track with R&D efforts to plug portfolio gaps in our seeds business and crop care business. We are expanding our distribution network and investing in flexible multi-purpose manufacturing plants for multiple chemistry capabilities required for a new product pipeline as we remain focused on serving farmers through science. In our crop protection category, we launched 7 products, which included 3 products from our innovation pipeline. All our products are now being marketed under a new brand architecture, as shown in these pictures on this chart. Likewise, our crop nutrition category saw the launch of 6 new products, which included 2 foliar nutrition category products, as well as an organic potash-rich fertilizer. Our international business, we received 17 new registrations from 11 countries as we expand our customer base and widen our product portfolio. We also launched a formulated product in our brand Rallis in the Brazil market. Our exports business is being supported by capacity enhancements at our factories and product development activities at our R&D centers. While our seeds business underperformed during the year, we launched 6 new products. We have progressed on regulatory trials for work our biotech team is undertaking on genetically modified cotton and maize crops, which are designed to reduce cost of cultivation to the farmers. And we do hope that these trials are approved and progress to commercialization in the years to come. With the pandemic largely coming under control, in-person engagement has once again been resumed with field-level farmer interaction, dealer and distributor meetings, and product launches. During the year, our new future-ready formulation plant at the Dahej Chemical Zone was inaugurated by our chairman. This is a plant which is future-ready. It is designed as a smart factory and has sufficient capacity to meet the requirements of the business over the next 5 years. Our expanded pilot facilities at the Dahej SEZ have been commissioned and put to use, and our multi-purpose plant also at Dahej is in an advanced stage of construction and will be put to use during the course of the year. We continue to invest in digital enablement of our people, processes, and our manufacturing facilities. eBandhan, our distributor app, eSparsh, our Salesforce app, Sampark, our crop advisor app, are enabling our teams to serve the customers in an efficient manner. Our Drishti app is a remote sensing application for long-range forecasting for agriculture performance. Our Samadhan app is for farmers to access crop information, and Seed Sync app will enable our hybrid seed production activities. We continue to invest in people with virtual learning and engagements moving back to in-person sessions. Your company's employee engagement scores continues to be in the top quartile. As mentioned by Chairman, our efforts on the CSR continued even during the pandemic. We continue to support the communities through our flagship program, Jaldhan, for water conservation in water-stressed villages, Ruby program, which supports education, Tara for skills training and enhanced employability and entrepreneurship, or through our CSAFE program, where we work with FPOs for market connect and enablement through technology, like application of agrochemicals using drones, traceability, and crop insurance. I would like to conclude by looking ahead. While the external context continues to remain challenging with both geopolitical events and cost pressures playing out, there is a positive trend towards commodity pricing. There is a positive outlook on the monsoons, and there's a buoyant demand for crop protection chemicals. We are committed to to overcome the near-term volatility and deliver profitable growth. With that, I hand it back to the chairman.
Thank you, Sanjeev. I now request the company secretary to explain the process of e-voting on the resolutions in the meeting.
Thank you, Chairman. The Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulations provide for electronic voting. Accordingly, the company had provided its members with the facility to cast their vote through the remote electronic voting system administered by NSDL. Facility for voting at the meeting is also provided for members present here through video conference and who have not voted yet. Members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of the meeting. Since the AGM is being held through video conference and the resolutions mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have been already put to vote through remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of resolutions. Mr. N.L. Bhatia has been appointed as the scrutinizer for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. The remote e-voting facility is now open, and members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of the meeting. The remote e-voting facility will remain open for 15 minutes after this meeting to enable members to cast their vote. I will now call on one by one those members who have registered to speak. I would request the speakers to be brief and restrict their speech to 3 minutes at most. May I now call upon Dr. Arun Kumar Bopanna.
Dr. Arun, you are unmuted and move to the conference. And switch on your camera and ask your question.
Hello. One second. Namaskara, Chairman sir.
Namaskara.
Hello. Namaskara.
Namaskara.
Good morning to everybody. The food is our most fundamental blessing. With food to eat, most problems and questions are solved. But sadly, poverty and vulnerability are often experienced by people who have contributed the least to the climate change. We, the affluent, actually impact the climate much more than anybody else, thereby threatening the marginalized communities. And I believe climate solutions will be the future for global economy. What are Rallis' views? The growing population, more people entering the consumption cycle and adding to the pressure on the natural resources. There will be volatile food and energy prices, and they have the potential to push millions into extreme poverty and hunger by 2030. Your comments, sir. Overuse of pesticides pollutes the environment, leading to the resistance of the next-gen insects. So what are the products that you're producing to stop the next-gen insects? What are Rallis innovations in seeds, livestock to resist climate stresses, heat, drought, flooding, humidity, pests and disease? Leading to change in lives and livelihoods by 2020, it will impact more than 78 million people by 2025. Micronutrient deficiencies lead to poor health, productivity, and psychological development due to socio-economic conditions. Your comments on that and actions of Rallis. Will food fortification help in zero poverty, zero hunger, and good health and well-being. Is food fortification cost-effective solution? Rallis plans and commitment. See, oil was on boil, sir, all this while. Added was the plastic foil in the soils, and the soil is in a danger now. Water is another area of focus for us, and we are in danger. Will Rallis be the changer? Can technology monitor soil, water, weather? Does Rallis do soil mapping? Agriculture Innovation Mission of Culture, reducing methane emissions from dairy and beef, which are the major climate change contributor. What are your comments on that? How to reduce them? Will food be coming to collapse, making communities relocate with new land potential, water availability for livelihoods and inequalities? Is Rallis considering all these factors? What is happening on the ESG metrics and front to protect the planet and do good for the people, governed by honesty and brotherhood? With a great reshuffle in jobs, skilled people are in the driver's seat today. Does Rallis give the right opportunities at the right time to make the difference? Lastly, Chairman, sir, this is for you. You've been a media person selling Titan and all that. Media has changed a lot now. Media has been disrupted with social media and cell phones. So major changes in communication to get attention, attract. Now is the social media backed by technology, that is cell phones in your working life now, and what are the differences that you observed when you were in Titan and after you retired from Titan? In conclusion, Chairman, sir, Vogue today is IT culture. Vogue today is the pub culture. Vogue is the pesticide culture. Vogue is chemicals in agriculture. Vogue is very less in producing agriculture. Without food, there is no life and no culture. I admire and appreciate Rallis innovations and culture, but my vote always will go for agriculture. I wish all success to Rallis and to save millions of people from extreme poverty. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Bopanna. Appreciate your thoughts and thoughtfulness as well. May I now call upon Mr. Manoj Kumar.
Hello?
Mr. Manoj,
Yes,
you can switch on your camera and ask your question.
yes. Hello?
We can
Good
hear you.
morning. Yeah, good morning, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I am equity shareholder of Rallis India Limited. I have joined this meeting from Calcutta. So first of all, I thanks to you. I am a great admirer of your leadership. And I always hope that Tata will include you in all their retail companies and marketing companies. You are the stalwart of marketing because we have seen your leadership in Titan. What were the Titan when you have joined and what is the Titan today? So we are always, because I have already asked Mr. Noel Tata in Trent, and I believe that the shape and condition will also change of Rallis under your leadership, and investors will get return like as Titan in Rallis under your leadership. Every shareholder will be happy. And I thanks to the company secretary and his team for help us to join this meeting, because company secretary is very cooperative and very helpful. So I thanks to him, and special thanks to Punita ma'am that she is in our board, and because I have got a chance to meet her in Calcutta in every AGM of SRAI. So she is very aggressive lady. She's in your, and thanks for your dividend on CSR. I will not say single word. And sir, what is your view on single-use plastic ban? And is there any impact will come, because single-use plastic is going to ban with effect from 1st July? And have you any plan to launch some products for next generation to save them? Foods are essential for human man. Foods are essential. So have you any plan to launch such type of products which foods can be used pupils without any hesitate that this we are using such brands of Tatas without any mixing anything? And sir, what's your future plan with CapEx? And who is your nearest competitor in this business? and how you will reward to shareholders. This is your 74th AGM. So how you will celebrate the Platinum Jubilee next year? So how you will reward to the investor, first employees, then investors, because employees are the backbone of the company. On their hard work, we get return. So first you see how you will reward to employees, then you think about to reward to the investors by the way of bonus debenture, bonus or special dividend. Or sir, have you any plan to split the shares from rupees 2 to 1? That will boost the market liquidity, market cap and share price in the market. And your products are very excellent. One of my relative is the CNF of Chhattisgarh in of Rallis. So products are very excellent, and because especially your दीमक की जो दवा होती है ना सर वो बहुत अच्छी है. वी आई रन्स वन हॉस्पिटल इन कैलकाटा एंड आई फेस ए लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम लास्ट ईयर. सो आई सजेस्ट देम कि टाटा का जो एल्युमिनियम पैकिंग दीमक की दवाई आती है ना वो लेके आओ. तो सर भगवान की दया से टच वुड आई थैंक्स टू योर कंपनी, उसका यूज करने के बाद अभी 8 महीना से कहीं दीमक फिर से नहीं हुई है अस्पताल में किसी भी जगह बेड वेड पे ये सब पे. So such type of products should launch that people can save their costly products in houses from such type of things, and try to increase more distributors because India is growing. भारत बढ़ रहा है, देश बढ़ रहा है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट बढ़ रहे हैं, स्टेट बढ़ रहे हैं, तो उस हिसाब से डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर भी बढ़ाने की कोशिश करिए and try to launch some new products to save the crop product, to protect of crops. Thank you, sir, and wish to God that company will more progress under your leadership, and we will meet next year physically. We will try to meet next year physically to meet you. And I invite you to Calcutta, sir. Please come to Calcutta to visit this city of joy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta. May I invite Ms. H.S. Patel?
Ms. Patel, you are unmuted and move to the conference. You can switch on your camera and ask question.
Thank you very much. A very good morning to all of you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Thank you. Respected Chairman, our Mr. Sanjeev Lal, the ladies on the board and other respected directors. Very good morning to all of you. Initially I would like to thank our CFO, Madam Subra Gauri Saria, and our company secretary, Yashwin Sheth, for giving us a very good annual report. And I thank the Secretariat Department, especially Yashji, who have taken great trouble in solving many of my questions and sending me the report in time. Thank you, Yashji. You are doing a very good job. Now I come to the statement. Mr. Bhaskar, sir, you have given a very good speech in your chairman's speech. Indeed, it was very informative. No doubt, agriculture and service are the most basic fundamental sources of income and livelihood in our country. And Rallis has left no stone unturned to promote and encourage these two agriculture and service sectors. However, um, uh, there are many factors which depend on this agriculture and service to prosper. Though it is not well balanced, yet we have to survive on them. This year, our balance sheet shows that the revenue has increased, but income and profit is a little down. Our capital expenditure is almost 185 crores. Um, uh, Sir, in your balance sheet, the depreciation cost is a little high and other expense cost is also in a considerable increase. Depreciation cost definitely depends upon plant, property and equipment. But our expense cost is quite very high. Just a minute if you give me. Like traveling expense can be controlled. Commission this time is almost double. Um, Then allowance you have given doubtful debts, you have kept it, and advances for write-off is also this time you have made it. So a little control on traveling or commission, if possible. Just a humble request. And so on page 177, you have 16522.26 lakhs allocated to Metallics Life Division and 3060.05 lakhs to Geo Green Division. If you can explain this a little, I request you. Stores and finished goods inventory level is also on little increase in our balance sheet. If this can be controlled. Anyway, Mr. Bhaskar sir, you are always having a very smiling and a very cool, calm temperament and good face. Seeing you almost, believe me, sir, I'm not praising you, but seeing you, most of our worries, tension, personal worries or tension also elopes. And we are sure and confident about our company going ahead. I wish all the employees, even in COVID time, they have worked very hard. I wish them all the best. Even the Secretariat Department has done very good job. Thank you very much. And I wish the management team, the Board of Directors and all the employees, good luck to you. All the very best.
Thank you very much, Ms. Patel. May I now invite Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf.
हाँ जी नमस्कार, एक मिनट में अपना ये शेयर कर रहा हूँ। एक मिनट वीडियो सर शेयर कर रहा हूँ सर, जस्ट।
हाँ, दिखाई दे रहे हैं आप।
हाँ जी, आदरणीय सभापति जी, उपस्थित निदेशक मंडल सदस्यगण और मेरे शेयर और भाइयों बहनों और जितने भी अधिकारीगण हैं, आज जो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के थ्रू प्रेजेंट है, मैं संतोष कुमार सराफ कलकत्ता से आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ। हाथ जोड़ के मैं आशा करता हूँ आप जितने भी डायरेक्टर अधिकारीगण जो भी प्रेजेंट हैं, इस समय अच्छे स्वास्थ्य में होंगे सर। सर, मैं भास्कर साहब आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ एक्सीलेंट रिजल्ट को पेश करने के लिए और अपने डिविडेंड देने के लिए सर। ये इतनी कोविड के समय, इतनी डिफिकल्टी के समय में भी आपने अपने ऐसा मैनेज किया जिससे हमारी कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा रहा और अच्छा रिजल्ट मिला सर। है सर, मेरे एक प्रश्न है, मतलब मेरे को पता नहीं आपका जवाब नेगेटिव ही होगा कि रेलिस को क्यों नहीं टाटा केमिकल में मर्ज कर दिया जाए सर। उससे क्या दो कंपनी को जो मिल के एक कंपनी होगी तो शायद मैं सोचता हूँ काफी अच्छा पैसे भी बचेंगे और अपने मैनेजमेंट में भी खर्च काफी कम होगा। इसका बारे में विचार करिएगा सर। एक सर, ये जो अपने जो प्लांट और फैक्ट्री है, यहाँ पर रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग के लिए और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के लिए क्या कदम उठाए, ये भी बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। सर, एक जुलाई से जैसे आपको मालूम है कि सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक पर बैन हो रहा है, इसके लिए हमारी कंपनी ने क्या कदम उठाए और क्या इंस्ट्रक्शन दी हैं, ये भी बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। एक सर, अपना फीमेल और जेंट्स का रेशियो काफी डिफरेंट है, तो एक फीमेल और जेंट्स का रेशियो को गैप को मेकअप करने के लिए या क्या विचार है, क्या इच्छा आपकी, ये भी बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। सर, अपने जितने भी कर्मचारी हैं, ये अपनी मतलब जान है, तो इनके लिए बूस्टर डोज का क्या इंतजाम करें, इनकी फैमिली के लिए। कि अभी जो फोर्थ वेव की जो चांसेस जो अभी चल रही है, अभी 1 लाख एक्टिव केस इंडिया के अंदर में है, हो सकता है कोई इफेक्ट नहीं हो, लेकिन फिर भी डर तो लगता है सर। तो इनकी बूस्टर डोज के लिए क्या इंतजाम की, ये भी बताने का करिएगा सर। सर, एक मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, 2 साल से अपने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग कर रहे हैं, तो ये काफी अच्छी है, पान इंडिया के लिए भी अच्छी है और हमारे डायरेक्टर के लिए भी अच्छी है कि जो कहीं से भी अटेंड कर सकते हैं, उनको एक जगह आना नहीं पड़ता है और कॉस्ट सेविंग भी है। तो मैं ये जानना चाहूँगा हमारे सेक्रेटरी साहब के आपके थ्रू कि जो पहले फिजिकल मीटिंग करते थे आप, उसमें कितना खर्चा आता था और आज वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग 2 साल से कर रहे हैं, उसमें कितना खर्चा आ रहा है, इसके कारण अपने क्या पैसे सेविंग हो रही है। तो हमारे सुनने वाले जो शेयर होल्डर हैं, जो उनको भी आइडिया लगे। सर, लास्ट में यही कहूँगा सर, अगर आप वीडियो कल फिजिकल मीटिंग कभी करते भी हैं तो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग साथ में रखिए, जो अभी सक्सेस है। अभी केशवराम की मीटिंग हुई थी हमारे यहाँ 17 जून को, उन्होंने कला मंदिर में मीटिंग रखी थी, फिजिकल मीटिंग रखी थी, उसके सामने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में मीटिंग रखी। तो हमारे जैसे उम्र वाले आदमी हैं, उनको मौका मिला अपना वक्तव्य करने का। इसके पहले हमारे क्राइस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर इन्फोसिस वाला भी सेम करते थे। तो आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है, चेष्टा करिए जिसे अगर ये कंसेप्ट लागू कर सकें तो पूरे इंडिया में आपके जो शेयर होल्डर हैं वो आपसे अपने दिल की भावना प्रकट कर सकेंगे सर। लास्ट में ये है कि आप जितने डायरेक्टर हैं, जितने भी अधिकारी, इनकी और इनकी फैमिली के लिए मैं शुभकामना देता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ भगवान 2022 आप सभी के लिए, फैमिली के लिए वेल्दी, हेल्दी, प्रोग्रेस और सेफ्टी के साथ व्यतीत हो। जय हिंद, जय भारत। समय देने के लिए नमस्कार सर। और सर आपकी सेक्रेटरी के बारे में बहुत कहना भूल गया। यस सर, आपकी लीडरशिप इतनी अच्छी सेक्रेटरी टीम है, मैंने आज तक नहीं देखा। सुबह से 4 बार उन्होंने फोन किया, सराब साहब का फोन आ रहा है, लेकिन क्या करें, सुबह से 3 मीटिंग थी, 11 बजे रिलायंस होप की मीटिंग थी, यूको बैंक की मीटिंग थी, तो हमें तो सभी से प्रेम सभी का अटेंड करना पड़ता। लेकिन इस टीम में जो शिल्पा है और हमारे यश साहब है और भी जो है, बहुत मैं अनएक्सपेक्टेड उनकी सर्विस है, तो उनको भी उनकी सर्विस के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूँ और आशा करता हूँ यश साहब की लंबी उम्र हो और बहुत ऊंचे पोस्ट में और अच्छी उन्नति करे। धन्यवाद सर, नमस्कार।
शुक्रिया संतोष कुमार सराफ जी, आपके अच्छी बातें सुनकर हमको भी बड़ा अच्छा लगा। May I request Mr. Gautam Tiwari?
Mr. Gautam, you are unmuted and move to the.
Yes, yes, sir. I think you can see me, sir. Sir, you can listen me and see me also.
Yes, yes. Now we
Okay.
can see you and hear you.
Oh, so nice to see you, sir. Please smile, sir. We want to see your smiling face. You have done quite a lot, the best of the things in the world in such a short span of time. After demerging from Tata Chemical to this, I'm sorry, after this Rallis India Limited, I mean, in the Rallis India. Sir, good morning to our very popular chairman, sir. Shri Bhaskar Bhatt, whom I am seeing after a long time, in fact, although virtually, but we are happy to see you safe, healthy, wealthy, and in the precise, excellent position, sir. And my eminent and very well-defined and dignified board of directors, team Rallis. My name is Gautam Tiwari, and I am participating in this AGM from Mumbai. My dear sir, I would like to specially thank our company for paying rupees 3 as dividend 300%, for which we are very happy because it is a consistently dividend paying company. Sir, I would like to specially thank our CFO, Ms. Subhra Gaurisala, and our MD CEO Sanjeev Lal, our CS Yash. Yash is there, and including the entire board of management and all the employees and executives and staff for their sincere, committed, and dedicated hard work, service, and for producing such an outstanding performance despite sir challenging position of COVID and supply chain. Sir, you can listen me, no, sir?
Yeah, now we can hear you. In between, we had lost you.
Yeah, because some phone had come. Now you can listen me. You can see me also.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sir. Sir, annual report. Sir, annual report and notice and balance sheet are also very well designed, transparent, informative, colorful, with all facts and figures in place. Also, the secretarial department's investor care and investor service.
Chairman, Mr. Gautam has dropped from the conference.
Wait for a few seconds.
Sir, I'm there, yes, sir.
Now we can hear you.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. In between there was some this thing problem. Now I can I'm again there. Sir, annual report and notice is sir very good. And sir, annual report, notice, and balance sheet are very well designed, transparent, informative, colorful, with all facts and figures in place. Sir, also secretarial department's investor care and investor service is par excellence, is at par excellence and outstandingly good. And we thank our company secretary, Mr. Yash, who we have been seeing from Tata Chemical and who has been appointed as a full-fledged secretary. We congratulate him and we wish him all the best. And we are very happy with his investor service along with Shilpa, who is really very active, and she has also supported very nicely a very good team of this secretarial team. And the best ever services also are from our NSDL and the Webex technical team also, sir. We would like to thank you, the management, for giving such a diamond-like personalities for investor care services as investor providers. Sir, our company has worked very hard in identifying the areas and projects for CSR activities, which I already explained in the beginning by Sanjeev Lal and by you also, sir, and for which are beneficial to the public at large is our CSR activities. And we thank the relevant departments for achieving such a good progress in CSR activities. Sir, I support all appointments and reappointments of directors, and I support all the resolutions, and I already voted in favor of them in advance. Sir, now there are few queries in order to understand my understanding for the working of the company. Also, although your explanation has given out very good ideas, so many of the queries have been answered. Few are just left, sir. I would like to know, sir, first thing is that how many new products are launched during the year in crop care and crop nutrition segments? So secondly, what is Rallis plan on digital intervention in agriculture? So thirdly, how many permanent and casual employees now we have got in the organization? Sir, now what is the attrition rate of our company during this year, which we had? And sir, how much is our R&D and CSR spend during the year under consideration? Sir, I would like to know for my anxiety and for my understanding how much unclaimed dividend and how many shares we have transferred to investor protection care from investor protection fund and IEPF respectively. And sir, decline in our business, as has been explained in the opening speech, that decline in our business due to COVID pandemic and the supply chain constraints is to what extent? And sir, we would like to know as to who is our immediate competitors, sir, and our capex plan. Of course, everything is fine, and we are very happy about you, about seeing the progress of the company. So, dear sir, now conclusion. By conclusion, I would like to state that we have got total confidence, trust, and faith in the management. Right from day one, I'm a shareholder with not only with this company, with all Tata Group of companies, shareholder speaker, and we are a family. We are supporting, and shall keep on supporting you, even our offspring, in the days to come, in a very heartfelt way and unconditional way. And we wish you all a very happy, safe, prosperous, healthy, wealthy life and a long life with a very bright and shiny future in days to come. Once again, happy days ahead, sir. Wish you all a very best and best of luck. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you with the choicest heavenly blessings, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gautam Tiwari, for your blessings and your good words. May I invite Mr. Yusuf Rangwala?
Good morning, dynamic chairman and my respected fellow shareholder. Very good morning, sir. I am speaking from city of Mumbai. Sir, I am very happy with our company share department and its team, and also our company share department, all the people and the staff, and all the madam who's taken the trouble, and they also fund me, sir. I am very happy with all the company share department staff. Sir, I will come on directly point on page on sir, give me a minute. Sir, on page, we having new 6 products as you mentioned opening speech. Sir, I am very happy to hear we are having a 3 plant. We are having a 3 factory, Ratnagiri, one is Bharuch and Akola. Sir, 3 factory में अपना जो क्या मैंने total number of staff कितना है sir? I would like to know what are the total number of staff. And sir, as you mentioned, we had the farmer business. Sir, as our अपना annual report sir बहुत अच्छा है sir, very excellent. सर ये 74th annual general meeting है सर. After next will be a 75th year. Sir, how we are celebrating a 75th year, sir? I would like to know what you are giving a 75th. Whether we can accept the bonus from you, sir. You given that 1 rupee, sir, 3 rupees dividend. That is a very good. I'm very handsome dividend, sir. I'm very happy with that excellent dividend, sir. And sir, one more thing, sir. We are having we are on the page. I forgot the page, sir. We have many awards, sir. My good wishes for the winning of many awards, sir. And on और अपने सर और अपने रिपोर्ट जिसमें सर फार्मर का आपने फूड दिखाया है बहुत खुशी होती है हमें देख के सर। आपका फ्रंट पेज पे भी सर फार्मर जो है उनका सर फोटो और सर फार्मर और लाफिंग सर, इट इज ए वेरी एक्सीलेंट सर एंड वेरी हैप्पी सर। आपने जो आपका एनुअल रिपोर्ट हमें फिजिकल भेजा है उसके लिए भी सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। ये आपका एनुअल रिपोर्ट CC 23 पेज का है सर, वेरी एक्सीलेंट सर एंड वेरी हैप्पी टू हैव अ गुड एनुअल रिपोर्ट सर। और अपना सर ये जो एनुअल रिपोर्ट आपने कितना कॉपी प्रिंट किया है सर, मैं जानना चाहता हूँ। हाउ मेनी कॉपी ऑफ प्रिंटेड सर एंड मैं नथिंग मोर टू ऐड सर। ये जो अपना CI एक्टिविटीज आप जो कर रहे हैं ये भी देख के सर मुझे बहुत खुशी होता है। और सर अपना और पेज नंबर अपना कंपनी सर, कंपनी हैज रेवेन्यू एज प्रॉफिट ऑफ FY 269 करोड़ का सर कंपनी का प्रॉफिट है कंपेयर टू 249 करोड़। और सर इंक्रीज अपना हुआ है 77.240 प्रीवियस ईयर एंड ग्रोस कंपनी प्रॉफिट है 22 करोड़ का कंपेयर टू 294 करोड़ लास्ट ईयर। सर ये इतना अच्छा प्रॉफिट है सर, इतना अच्छा प्रॉफिट सर दिख रहा है। और पेज नंबर 46 पे अपना इतना अच्छा प्रॉफिट है सर। और सर अपना इक्विटी भी अच्छी है सर। आपने टोटल नंबर ऑफ अपना पेड अप कैपिटल है 19.45 करोड़ ड्यूरिंग द ईयर। सर मैं इतना अच्छा आपके पास रिजर्व है सर, इतना अच्छा है सर, आप बोनस के लिए क्यों नहीं देते सर? मेरा छोटा सा सर मैं शेयर पेश करना चाहता हूँ। मेरी मांग है मोला मुझे एक पे एक बोनस दिला दे सर, छोटी सी मांग है मेरी, मुझे एक पे एक बोनस दिला दे। और सर हो सके तो सर फैक्ट्री विजिट करिए और नेक्स्ट ईयर सर फिजिकल मीटिंग अटेंड करिए। आपका 75th ईयर है उसका सर सेलिब्रेशन सर आप हमें बुलाइए। और आपके सर जितने भी सर आपके लिए दुआ करना चाहता हूँ चेयरमैन साहब, आपका फोटो तो इतना अच्छा है सर, स्माइलिंग फोटो है सर, इसको देख के स्माइल बहुत अच्छी है सर। बट सर आपकी स्माइल बहुत अच्छी है सर, देख के सर हमें बहुत खुशी होती है सर। आप इतना अच्छा काम करते हैं कंपनी, आपकी इतनी अच्छी टीम और पूरी टीम के सपोर्ट से आज इतनी अच्छी कंपनी वर्क करती है सर। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड सपोर्ट ऑल द रेगुलेशन। थैंक यू वेरी मच। I wish our company secretary good luck and his full team giving me a pleasure hearing. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Vande Mataram. Next physical meeting करिए सर, secretary सर, मेरा humble request है सर। Thank you very much and I wish our company here. Thank you very much. Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata की जय। Thank you very much sir.
Thank you, Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. May I now request Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia.
Mr. Shailesh, you have been unmuted and moved to the conference. You may switch on your camera and ask your question.
Respected Chairman, distinguished directors, the management team, and all the members present in the meeting. Sir, firstly, let me congratulate you for excellent working during the year, presented in the integrated report of the company, which also includes the business responsibility and sustainability report also, which is the new addition from the current year, which gives a lot of information on the subject. Sir, I also find that in spite of all stresses, our company has done reasonably well. Sir, our report is most exhaustive and contains wealth of information on a subject which is of national and international importance, mainly agriculture. Sir, in spite of difficulty, you have retained the dividend as it was given last year, in spite of reduction in net profit from 224 crores to 164 crores. This shows the confidence of the management regarding the working of the company even in the times to come. Sir, and I also appreciate the services of the secretarial department under leadership of Mr. Yash, and which has made it possible for us to be in touch with the management almost throughout the year. Sir, having said all this, I would like to put some questions, and I would like to begin with one of the questions which is relevant not only to the country but to the entire world. Sir, I am referring to the United Nations Center of Disease Control and Prevention Research report, which has pointed out that even in the people in the United States, they are suffering from a shortage of vitamins like potassium, magnesium, vitamin A, and vitamin C. So this is the situation in one of the most advanced countries. And we can imagine what must be the situation in the rest of the world. So therefore, research has been made, and what has been contributed is that one of the major problems of agriculture is the quality of soil, which has gone down considerably over a period of time, and therefore all efforts should be made in enriching the soil itself. And on this subject, discussions are going on around the world. Sir, I would like to know what is our stand on this particular subject. It should be the development of living microbes in the soil in addition to various other products, and mere addition of N, P or K in proportion is not likely to help. Sir, my next question is regarding the attrition rate, which is 17.34%. Sir, this appears to be on the very much higher side. Even if we compare our past record on the subject, this year appears to be very high. And sir, may I know what steps we are taking to arrest this particular increase? Sir, then the central government had to withdraw proposed reforms last year as a result of various agitations on behalf of the farmers. Sir, I would like to know whether the alternative policies have been worked out and whether it is likely to help agriculture in the times to come. Sir, regarding our CSR initiatives and activities, they are excellent. However, sir, what I would like to know is that whether we have worked out any social impact study, because what we spend and costs compared to that, the value and the return which the society gets is very high by a good multiple. Sir, in addition to that, 18% of our employees are also contributing to the CSR work, which is not reported. So, sir, may I know whether any such study has been carried out? If not, I suggest that they may be taken out from the next year. Sir, then we have taken various initiatives in the front of digitalization and during the year. And also, we have proposed various improvements, digitalization initiatives for 22-23. Sir, what I would like to know is that whether any perceptible, quantifiable, competitive advantage has come as a result of this initiative. It may not come immediately, but it may give results in the next 1 or 2 years. Sir, then I would like to know whether we have taken any contract manufacturing about which you have referred in the report that we are assisting, perhaps we are undertaking. So, sir, if you can throw some light on the subject, it will be of great help. Sir, today in the Managing Director's presentation, an excellent information was given regarding 16 registrations in foreign companies. Sir, this is achieved as a result of long and arduous efforts, and it is likely to give good results in the times to come. Sir, may I know what result we can expect as a result of this particular achievement and what further plans we have in the times to come? And sir, acquisition is also another route for acquiring such registrations and speeding up our progress in this particular field. So, sir, are we on the lookout of any acquisitions of foreign companies which are enjoying good registrations and patent rights? Sir, Then I would like to refer to the capacity utilization of some of our plants. Our plant at Dahej, of course, is a newly coming up plant. It will give results in the times to come. Maybe in a year or two, it will achieve its capacity. But sir, may I know what is the capacity utilization of our existing manufacturing plants? Sir, our main business is in the field of crop protection. Seed business forms only about 13 to 14% of our total business in this particular field. So, sir, may I know whether any more efforts are being made to increase the proportion of our seed business? Because seed business by itself has a great scope and it will also give us the opportunity to expand in this field. Sir, your thoughts for expansion in this area. Sir, with this, I wish our organization every success in all our efforts, and this has almost become a way of our life to make progress. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity to me to put some of my thoughts on the subject. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahadevia, for your thoughtful questions, and we will attempt to answer them later. May I invite Mr. Vinod Agarwal and request shareholders to limit their questions time to 3 minutes.
Yep. Yep. Can you see me? Hello. Yep. Can you see me? Respected Chairman Bhaskar ji, our MD Sanjeev Lal ji, our CFO Subra Goras Saria ji, and Yashwant Sheth ji, our CSG. The CS team, Vinit was very helpful in connecting through this meeting. This is our 74th meeting, and next year will be 75th. And we are already into the 75th year of our existence. As per this, I will congratulate the management for the excellent turnover done, even in the tough times, by having 2,604 crores instead of last year 2,400 crore turnover. The PAT has declined due to the increase in the cost of raw materials which we input into, and I'd like to know the crude oil is on high and everything is on high at the moment, and even sanctions are there on Russia. So there is shortage of even fertilizers in the world. Is this affecting our company? The cost and oil prices and fertilizer cost have been sanctioned from Russia. Are we impacted by those and something like that on our company? And in your message, sir, you have mentioned that you are going to increase manufacturing capacity by making more investments. So what is the capex that you're planning for FY23 and FY24, sir? I'd like to know. Net worth is 1,696 crore, almost 1,700 crores on an equity of 1,900 crore. And this year being the 75th year, I hope the management comes out with a good bonus and special dividend for that meeting. And our company is virtually debt free at the moment. And you started a new plant at Dahej. I hope it will give us good returns and good sales in the coming years. And I hope for this 75th year, you will be able to take us on a plant visit to this new plant to have a seat for the attending shareholder at least. There may be other restrictions, but 15-20 crowd can be taken. The government itself has roundtable conferences for more than the amount of people that would be attending your AGM today for over VC. Sir, in your AGM, there's a property marked for sale. The book value of that has been shown to be about 4.13 crores only. By what would be the market value be about in your perception, or the offer that you say you have received? What would be on a ballpark, I wouldn't say that you've done the deal or something of the kind, but what is the expectation of the company, and that would be a one-time effect on the company's profits. And I also suggest that the company make with the printers to take up that they don't print in gray, they make it in a contrasting black and white with a bigger contrast of black, so that gray reading and gray is a little stainless on the eye. Take care of the printers. This is a printer's deficiency. And sir, your CSR activity is good, and you're also closing down metallics. That would also help us in saving the foreign Indonesian cost of operations, and that also is a good thing that we are doing. So we'll have no subsidiaries left in our company if we close down that metal helix. Sir, I am signing off. Vinod Agarwal from Mumbai. I wish the company all the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. May I invite Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Very good morning, respected Chairman, MD and CEO, Board of Directors, Company Secretary, and fellow members joining at 74th AGM of Rallis India Limited. My name is Ashit Kumar Pathak from Damdam, Kolkata. My esteemed gratitude to Company Secretary, Mr. Washwin Sheth, and Secretarial Department for sending me the notice of the AGM and hard copy of annual report by courier very well in advance. Thanks to Investor Relations Department for nicely conducting speaker site verification and mostly cooperative to members. Excellent delivery from respected Chairman and respected MD about financial performance, present financial performance, development, future roadmaps and strategies. I have noted the all valuable points: agricultural dual role, crop protection development strategies, and cost optimization strategies. Sir, I have already sent my views by email to Investor Relations on 22nd June 2022 and successfully casted for all the 7 resolutions mentioned in the notice by remote voting. Apart from this, I have brief view which I like to share. The annual report is very much informative and brief. Also, the details of e-voting, dividend details, TDS on dividend, speaker registration, and instruction for attending AGM through video conference sent on 1st June 2022 is very nice and very segmented wise. This is the first time I am seeing. Excellent secretarial department of my company. Thanks to my company's management team for achieving excellent financial performance financial year 21-22, where the financial 22 is very impacted pandemic second wave, interrupt in supply chains, also slow economy. Also, other profit though came down, but we as a member rewarded with good dividend ₹3, and other income though came down, but nicely achieved lower finance cost. Sir, financial year 22 is mostly impacted with various factors: geopolitical turbulences, global economic slowdown, inflationary pressure, huge inflationary pressure in all commodities and raw materials prices. Also, volatility of logistic cost, disruption of shipping. With all these domestic as well as overseas factors, the strategies and roadmap and cost optimization of my company for streamlined financial performance shows some about highlight. Cost optimization and cost controlling steps, what my company management team taking. My previous speaker also mentioned our extension capacity utilization of capacity. That is also my same views. I not repeat this. And also cost of materials consumed, which is higher than previous year, 1,562 crore. against 1,408 crores previous year. And where the major challenges in domestic agriculture we are facing food sufficiency but nutritious deficiency, high import of edible oil and oil seeds, yield plateaus, degrading soil water stress, inadequate market infra and linkages, unpredictable volatile prices, post-harvest losses and wastages, lack of crop planning due to information and asymmetry, and also by environmental hazards, which most of the states are facing heat wave. With all these factors, government also good very well in agri sector and farmers. So what is the strategies my company taken with all these factors to streamline financial performance? Throw some highlights about business perspective of biopeptides, which is in my business, in our company's business portfolios. Sir, just last point. Bonus shares, about bonus shares, my previous speakers also mentioned. This is my same views. I do not repeating this. Sir, investment in mutual fund is mentioned as on page 181 as on 31st March 2022, which is near about 212 crores. As present market scenario, the capital market is very volatile due to US Federal Reserve rate interest hike by 75 basis points. That impact in our domestic capital market. Maybe those investment may be in impairment. So this to be noted. Also inventory is 930 crore against 760 crore previous year. And finally other expenditure, allowance of doubtful debt, which is 716.62 lakhs against 538.26 lakhs, and advance mentioned written of 29.07 lakhs. Impairment of intangible assets mentioned 793.40 lakhs against 657.94, and loss on liquidation of subsidiaries mentioned 275.93 lakhs, and net loss of foreign currency transaction 663.34 lakhs, 289.48 lakhs. And finally, any of my company plan to set up a foreign subsidiary? Already one foreign subsidiary is seized. Nothing to say more. As a minority member of Rallis India Limited, I always expect enhanced financial performance of my company by the leadership of our respected chairman and management teams, and with good capital appreciation, and pray to God everybody good health and prosperity. Thanking you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pathak. All your points are noted. May I now request Ms. Vasudha Vikas Dakwe.
Ms. Vasudha, you are unmuted and move to the conference. You may switch on your camera and ask your question. Ms. Vasudha?
She's not able to log in. We will take Ms. Vasudha up later. Can we move to the next shareholder, Mr. Kirti Shah?
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
चेयरमैन सर, अभी आपने जो ये टाइम पे मार्च क्वार्टर में लॉस किया हुआ है 14 करोड़ कंपेयर टू 40 करोड़ प्रॉफिट इन दिसंबर क्वार्टर, तो इसकी वजह क्या है कि आपका इतना बड़ा लॉस हो गया है? उसके जरा आप एक्सप्लेन करेंगे? और प्रॉफिट भी लास्ट ईयर 229 के सामने 164 करोड़ हुआ है। नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन जो आपका 9.41 था वो अभी 6.31 रहा है फुल ईयर का। और करंट क्वार्टर में अभी मार्च क्वार्टर में -2.78% है। तो उसके लिए जरा थोड़ा एक्सप्लेनेशन दीजिए कि भाई ये क्या किस लिए इतना कम हुआ है और करंट सिचुएशन कैसा है वो बताइए। चेयरमैन सर, अभी अपना FIS होल्डिंग लास्ट ईयर था 7.58%, इट केम डाउन टू 6.08%। उसकी वजह क्या है कि इतना कम किया है FIS ने। और अपना प्रमोटर होल्डिंग है 50.09%। ये प्रमोटर इतना होल्डिंग क्यों नहीं बढ़ाना चाहता है, जबकि आपकी प्राइस टू बुक वैल्यू है ओनली 2.15। इतना कम प्राइस है और प्रमोटर अपना होल्डिंग क्यों नहीं बढ़ाना चाहता है। मेरे हिसाब से तो आपकी जो वैल्यूएशन है वो काफी हायर होनी चाहिए बुक वैल्यू से। तो अभी आज की डेट में वैल्यूएशन क्या है वो थोड़ा हाईलाइट करेंगे सर। चेयरमैन सर, ये अच्छी बात है कि आपका एम्प्लॉय टर्नओवर काफी अच्छा बढ़ा हुआ है। जो टर्नओवर पर एम्प्लॉय 1.52 करोड़ है वो काफी अच्छी बात है, लास्ट ईयर से बढ़ा हुआ है। पर डाउट ये हो रहा है कि इतना बड़ा लॉस क्यों हो गया मार्च क्वार्टर में, उसकी वजह आप थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। चेयरमैन सर, बाकी मैंने आपको एक बड़ा एक ईमेल किया हुआ है, वो ईमेल का आप रिप्लाई करेंगे। प्राइस अभी आपका जो है प्राइस टू बीवी वो बहुत ही लो है और पीई भी आपका इंडस्ट्रियल पीई से काफी लो है। उसकी वजह क्या है? इंडस्ट्रियल पी है 34 और आपका पी है 22 का। इतना कम पी क्यों है? इतनी अच्छी मैनेजमेंट, इतना अच्छा सब कुछ होने के बावजूद भी आपका अभी नया प्लांट प्रोडक्शन में जा रहा है और आपका डेप्रिसिएशन भी काफी हायर आपने प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है, वो अच्छी बात है। पर इतना कम प्राइस में आप प्रमोटर होल्डिंग क्यों नहीं बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, वो थोड़ा हाईलाइट करेंगे। विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
थैंक यू जी कीर्ति शाह जी। I'll move on to the next shareholder. Please keep, I'm requesting our shareholders to keep their questions to 3 minutes. May I invite Mr. Tamal Kumar Majumdar?
Yes, sir.
Tamal, you can switch on your camera and ask your question.
Is it okay? 1 minute, 1 minute. Yes, sir. Respected Bhatt Sahab, Lal Sahab, Mr. Mukundan, Dr. Sina, and other directors of the company. Myself, Tamal Kumar Majumdar, equity shareholder of the company from Calcutta. I'm a bit surprised if Mukundan is joining from plant in Chennai. I hope nothing as regards the parent, our company's parent or our company, nothing negative happened in this regard. Hope Mukundan will come. Mukundan's laugh shows that there is nothing to worry. And my special thanks to our company secretary Josh and his team for maintaining cordial relation with shareholders. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for appointing such an excellent chap as our secretary. And we all wish Shubhra Gorasia all success in the coming years and hope her predecessor, Mr. Mehta, is in good health and spirit. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for sharing your thoughts, and Lal Saab for the thoughtful presentation. Sir, I have gone through the entire annual report and have some queries relating to audited accounts and seek your indulgence. I am assuring you, I will not take too much time, but not within 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. I thought before me you mentioned the 3-minute time limit. I thought the embargo is on me, so I am requesting you.
Everybody, once in 4 speakers, I say that.
And I am assuring you, it will remain on accounts only, nothing but that entirely. And sir, due to several negative issues like unavailability of raw materials, rising input costs, and provision of high seed inventory, the company booked a loss before tax of 16 crores during Q4 of financial year 22 on standalone basis, and overall booked a profit of 222 crores during financial year 22 against 304 crores during financial year 21. Company's operating profit decreased by 18% and operating profit margin decreased at 10.5% during financial year 22 against 13.7% during financial year 21. And what is the present status in respect of raw materials availability, input cost, and clearance of seed inventory? Do you believe it's a temporary phenomenon or it will continue during the current year? How the Q1 of financial year 23 is querying. Sir, companies working in whether companies working in order to navigate the volatility and uncertainty arising from the recent geopolitical crisis is giving results. Share your view in this regard. Whether it is giving positive results to us. And as regards capacity utilization are concerned, which is our priority? More utilization of capacity irrespective of profit, or utilization according to better profitability? Which is we are following? Which priority we are following? And whether we are in a position to pass on excess costs to customers. Sir, it is noted that the company is following asset-light model as regards its crop nutrition business is concerned. Then whether they will continue production at its plant in Akola. And what is the percentage of its capacity utilization in Akola during financial year 22 and during financial year 23? And which one is profitable? Whether the production at Akola is more profitable, or when we are using asset-light model, that is profitable. And whether the hybrid model will continue in the coming years. Sir, it is nice to note that the company clocked highest ever growth in branded formulation sales during financial year 22. It also gained 17 registrations in the overseas market during financial year 22. Would you please share the trend in this respect during the current year? Sir, in your message to us in page 5 of the annual report, it is mentioned that the company benefited during the calendar year 2021 in the export business due to growth and better price realization as regards crop protection market is concerned. You also mentioned in your opening speech today. And from page 203, what I noted, that under geographical information, I noted that the revenue from South America decreased drastically from 137.30 crores to 59.64 crores during financial year 22. As regards North America and Africa are concerned, the increase in exports were substantial in relation to previous years. Would you please share your thinking in this respect, disclosing the current trend and how the European and Australian markets are doing? Both are doing. And sir, how the seed market is behaving during the current year and your expectation for the whole year. And in your opening remarks, you mentioned about one thing, about internal and external issues. You talked about internal and external issues today in your opening remarks. What are the internal issues? Whether you are in a position to sort out those problems and how the unit is doing during the current year. And how much, I want to know the amount of provision made against the inventory during the last year as regards seed is concerned. And sir, it is noted from other income that a company written back provision made in earlier years on an investment in a subsidiary company of 3.37 crores. Would you please share details in this aspect, disclosing the name of the subsidiary? And sir, it is also noted that PT Metahelix Life Sciences Indonesia has received approval for cancellation of its registration number and received its business license, revocation of its business license in 2021. And the company provided 2.76 crores as loss on liquidation under schedule other expenses. With the liquidation of the subsidiary, how we are doing business in Indonesia? And sir, it is noted from 174 of the annual report that work in progress includes an amount of rupees 1.13 crores, which remain there for more than 3 years. No change in the figure for the last couple of years. What is the reason for non-capitalization of the same for such long period? And details in respect of total WIP as on 31st March is to be given. And sir, I have observed from page 220 that against a disputed tax demand of 173.38 crores, it paid only 15.10 crores under protest. And there is no such payment as regards disputed service tax of 31 crores is owing. concerned, whether the company made any general provision in this regard in respect of disputed liabilities. Otherwise, in case of any adverse impact, there will be huge impact on that year's result. So whether they made any general provision as regards their disputed provisions are concerned, disputed claims are concerned. And sir, have a look at page 224 and 25, where I notice no change in the wording under reason like previous year as regards title deeds of immovable property not held in the name of the company. 224 and 225. The comment is continuing for a long time. No change in the comments. And this is not at all a good sign for a professionally managed company like us, or like Rallis. And I hope that you will look into the matter issue personally, so that the same note is not being annexed with the annual report of 2023. But sir, company has a retained earning balance of 1,233 crores as on 31st March 2022 against an equity capital of 19.44 crores of rupee 1 each. If we divide the amount of retained earning by the number of paid up share capitals, it comes to a figure of 63.44 rupees, 63.44 crore of free retained earning against every shares. Whether the company has any proposal to distribute a portion of the amount among shareholders in the near future, or it will be kept for modernization for other matters. And sir, the company's 52-week high price was 342.50, and it is currently quoting around 188. And its market cap is 3,655 crores if I consider yesterday's closing price. Not taking into account what the media used today, not taking into account the investment by the big bull, I think the company is fundamentally strong, and the price will return back to its previous glory under your able leadership. And lastly, sir, I am attending company meetings for more than 20 years and taking part in serious discussions all over India. With this experience gathered during the long period, I wrote a book titled The Undercover Monk, A Journey into Corporate Accounting, which will be published during early August financial year 22. It's a book that takes a dispassionate look into the corporate world through impartial and critical eyes. I seek, you are always nice to me, so I seek yours and others' blessings in this regard. Thank you all for patient hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Majumdar, and wish you all the best for your book. May I now request Mr. Jaideep Bakshi?
Jaideep, you are unmuted and move to the conference. You may switch on your camera and ask question.
Good noon, sir. Good noon, Chairman, Managing Directors, CFO, and Board of Directors. Myself, Jaideep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. Thanks to our company secretary, Mr. Yashed, for giving me a platform to express my views, and also for this dedicated efforts in our company, and also to the entire secretary department for keeping this video conference in a smooth manner, and also to Mr. Vinit for helping regarding this conference. The initial piece regarding our company affairs was a good presentation and well-presented annual report. So proud to be a part of a company which provides cost-effective agri-input, solution, productivity, and supports more than half of the country's population in their livelihood. So for all this, what scientific and AI innovative steps we are taking into for our increase in our efficiency. So inflation and the raw cost on our how much has effect, and in both currencies, what has been the effect of supply chain disruption for retailers. Thanks for the RIPIS 3 and our R&D team for the research work and bringing out new innovative, and what is our future R&D expenditure plans. Regarding CSR activities, the work has been great as ever, spending around 516 lakhs and by spending on different projects and upliftment program for the tribal bill is also a good one. So growth in next has been by around 20% roughly and is a remarkable effort, and also the new operations by around 6% growth compared to last year. So company provides what have been response for plan to counter the impact of ability of China and all this due to this global turmoil. Regarding hybrid seed that the company develops, supplying to any concern for other neighboring states, any development to counter the drought cycle, so our present markets and positions from our companies, and how are we placed? So any products in operation, and what is proposed regarding the recycle? Sir, nothing to add more. So regarding the 75 years which is coming, and also regarding our 75th year of independence, also innovative products and any product bonus for our shareholders. So under your able guidance, I hope our company will come out with more better results and leader in the global protection market. Thank you and all safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. I now invite Mr. Dipankar Purkayastha.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning and thank you for the opportunity. I had sent in a few questions by mail and the company had very kindly responded to them. So I won't waste time by reading out those questions and answers. But I would just follow up from the remarks of one of my predecessors, Mr. Kirti Shah. As a long-term shareholder of this company, if I look at the 10-year stock price performance, the CAGR of the stock price for the last 10 years has been around 2.97% per annum. So forget about bank fixed deposits. Shareholders would have been better off if they had put their money in a savings bank account. Now, company can very well say that they are not concerned with the stock price. They are concerned with the core operating performance. So if I look at the core operating performance, say over the last 5 years, if I take sales growth parameter, our sales growth have grown at a CAGR of approximately 9% per annum. Whereas if I look at our competitors, I had given a long list of 6 or 7 names in the mail. They have grown their sales by approximately a CAGR of 16 to 31%. The lowest is 16%, the highest is 31%. Now, in response, the company says that the reason for this low growth by Rallis is portfolio gaps, which are being addressed through the introduction of new products in both domestic and international markets. So I don't know how long it's going to take to complete this process, but I just thought I would mention this. Similarly, if I take the parameter of profitability and growth in profits, Rallis for the last 5 years has negative profit growth. Today, our profits are less than what they were 5 years ago. And again, if you take the competitors, all of them, again, the 6, 7 names I have given, have had double-digit profit growth, with only one of them having a high single-digit growth, whereas we are with negative growth. Again, when I took this up with the company, they say that one of the reasons why our competitors have done so well is that they have got substantial export sales, they do contract manufacturing, etc., etc. This begs the question, why didn't we take up export business more seriously, and why didn't we get into contract manufacturing at an earlier time? Every year we get an annual report from the company with glossy pictures on new products, new innovations. Very nice. I appreciate the hard work which they are putting in. But sir, at the end of the day, the needle doesn't move. And in many respects, this company reminds me of another Tata Group company where I was a shareholder, Tata Consumer Products. There also, every year we used to get annual reports detailing lots of nice new products coming out all over the country or no, all over the world. But the needle wouldn't move until finally one day the board and the Tata Group brought in a new CEO from outside the Tata Group, a proven veteran of the FMCG industry, and now you see how the company has been transformed. I have the highest admiration for the present management of this company. They are very hardworking, they are very intelligent, and they are doing their best. In fact, if you see the efforts which they have put in, the net block has increased by nearly 200 crores over the last 2 years. And I'm sure with all those investments, there will be some growth in turnover and concomitantly some growth in profits. My only submission to you, the board and the promoters is, sir, how long will the shareholders wait? In the long run, as the economist said, we are all dead. So please take some steps to see that tangible returns come and the needle moves and that we get returns on our investment. Thank you for the time and good day.
Thank you, Mr. Dipankar. Thank you for your suggestions, and we'll attempt to answer. May I invite Mr. Hiranand Kotwani?
Yes. Hello, I am audible.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, you are.
Thank you, gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to join you this company. I am associated with this company long back, but certainly Dipankar said it is a cause of concern because the where problem is, I see the problem in the marketing because the revenue has increased, but profit is not increased on that level. Our products are good, our goodwill is good, people running this company are good. Where the problem is there? Why growth in prosperity is not coming? Slow growth is slow. Here is a prosperity, profitability. I see. Why the herbicide, carb nutrition, and others not growing? There should be reason, and look into that, improve that, because there is a huge scope for this organization to grow in every segment we are. Particularly, we have to see the marketing should be there properly. And the companies much like to grow, I expected 18 to 20% profitability growth rather than other. There is a 175 crore increase in revenue and profit is reduced to 164. Okay, the input cost is increased, raw material cost, we all understand. And in spite of that, sales and other and profitability should improve. How you are going to improve our wealth? That is our concern. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Kotwani. I invite Ms. Deepshika Pasari.
Ms. Deepshika, you have been unmuted and moved to the conference. You may switch on your camera and ask question.
Very good afternoon to the Chairman, Mr. Bhatt, MD and CEO, Mr. Sanjeev Lal, Ms. Shubhra Gauri-Sarya, CFO, and members of the board. I am Deepshika Pasari from Millennium Mams, Kolkata, and a proud shareholder of Rallis India Limited. Coming to my questions. Sir, how is our company looking to mitigate issues for raw material procurement in future? Over a 2-3 year horizon, how much backward integration can we do? How much dependence can we reduce? And how can we source raw material from alternate sources to reduce our 50% dependency from China? So Rallis is going to produce one new AI called difenoconazole in FY23. What is the demand scenario and key market for this? Also, what is this AI used for? So, per capita consumption of agrochemicals is at 0.6 kg per hectare in India, even lower than Bangladesh. Have we seen a change in the last couple of years? And where do you see it going? What is the per capita consumption for the crops we cater to? Sir, other agrochemical companies are growing, possibly due to their alliances with FPOs. What about Rallis and alternate distribution channels for the company? Thank you, and I look forward to a stronger performance by our company in the coming year.
Thank you, Ms. Pasari. Thank you. May I invite Mr. Dinesh G. Bhatia?
Sir Dinesh, you have been unmuted and moved to the
हेलो
conference.
हाँ सर, मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है सर?
हाँ जी.
हेलो,
सुनाई दे रहा है.
हाँ, मेरा वीडियो भी आ रहा है सर?
हाँ जी.
फर्स्ट तो मैं सर आपको और आपका पूरा टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन कहूँगा कि ये हमारे लिए खुशी की बात है कि भले कितनी भी मार्केट में सिचुएशन खराब हो, ये पेंडेमिक पीरियड हो,
फिर भी आपने जो रेवेन्यू लिया है अच्छा लिया है। लास्ट ईयर से हमारा रेवेन्यू बढ़ा है, भले भले हमारा थोड़ा प्रॉफिट आपने बताया ऐसा वो रॉ मटेरियल के कारण कुछ बढ़ा है, उसके लिए नेट प्रॉफिट जो कम हुआ है, लेकिन फिर भी हमारा जो 1 रुपये का शेयर के सामने आज प्रॉफिट जो है वो 8 रुपीज 45 पर शेयर है। एक अच्छी साइनिंग है कि ऐसा पीरियड में भी हम इतना अचीव कर रहे हैं, वो आपकी और आपकी पूरी टीम की मेहनत जो है, जिसके कारण इतना भी हमारा मुनाफा 8.5 टाइम मुनाफा हुआ है, 8 गुने से ज्यादा। वो एक अच्छी हमारे लिए बहुत खुशी की बात है। और ये भी हम देखते हैं कि एक हमने जो फॉरेन एक्सचेंज है उसमें भी जो लास्ट ईयर जो 730 करोड़ का इनकम किया था, ये दफे 748 करोड़ का, वो भी अच्छा लास्ट ईयर से अच्छा दिखा रहा है। और लास्ट ईयर से हमारा जो आउटगोइंग था वो भी कम हुआ है। वो दोनों बाजू हमने अच्छा किया है। जो हमारे देश को जो हम एक्सचेंज में भी हम उपयोगी हो रहे हैं, इसके कारण ये एक अच्छी खुशी की बात है। आपका ये सेक्रेटरी टीम जो है उसका भी, विद्याबेन जो है उनका और ये लोग का जो अपडेट, जो शेयर होल्डर के प्रति भावना जो है, जो शेयर होल्डर को हेल्प करते हैं, आपके अभी ये वीडियो पे हम ऑनलाइन पे बात कर सकते हैं। उन्होंने जो हमको सपोर्ट किया जिसके कारण, और अपडेट भी करते हैं बहुत अच्छी, मैं उनके लिए भी धन्यवाद करता हूँ, वो टीम को भी थैंक यू। उसको भी मैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन में आपको सपोर्ट करता हूँ। खाली मेरा आगे भी कई लोग ने वही पूछा, बाकी तो मैं रिपीट नहीं करता हूँ, पर एक ही चीज मेरा कि अभी 74 ईयर्स हुआ है, तो आप 75th ईयर जो है वो शेयर होल्डर के लिए किस तरह से सेलिब्रेशन करेंगे, उसका जरा ध्यान में रख के आप आगे बढ़िए। ऑल द बेस्ट, थैंक यू।
Thank you, Mr. Bhatia. May I invite Ms. Namita Mohanka?
Ms. Namita, you have been unmuted and moved to the conference. You may switch on your camera and ask question.
Good afternoon, Chairman Sir, members of the board, MD Mr. Sanjeev Lal, and members of the management team. I am Namita Mohanka, a member of Millennium Mams Kolkata and a shareholder of Rallis. So my questions for today are, I'd like you to explain to us your CAPEX plans in details, specifically in terms of how much will be for domestic growth, for export contract manufacturing, and how much for the seeds business. We really want to understand the CAPEX in details. When will this CAPEX be actually translated into revenues? And you also are yet to announce almost 34% of the 800 crores CAPEX that was announced previously. We'd like to understand from you, what are we looking at going forward? And post the 800 crore CAPEX, you had mentioned digitalization of processes can give a cross benefit since agriculture is a big potential area for growth. Please throw some color in this area. And also, please highlight your 5-year growth plan. So you're also setting up a state-of-the-art R&D center. What is the update on this? And what areas will you focus on? When will it be completed? And lastly, sir, you have the best of all segments. You have domestic market, you're going into exports, CSM and contract manufacturing, which are indeed high growth areas. And the domestic market is on the upswing, yet the performance of the company is lackluster as compared to peers. Why is this? Can you just let us know about that as well? And what is your outlook on the H1 considering normal monsoons? However, the pesticide usage is low as we hear from the market. Do throw some light on this as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Mohanka. May I invite Mr. Nalin Shah?
Mr. Nalin, you have been unmuted and moved to the conference.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Shah.
Okay, I won't take even 3 minutes. I'll just try to wind up as fast as possible. First, congratulations on the year and the best of luck in advance for the current year. Just in continuation with a couple of shareholders who have already asked the question, but there are 3, 4 questions which I have. The first is, as I can see, though we have just grown at a very single digit over last, 5 years, 5 financial years, our profitability has been absolutely stagnant, I would say, when compared to 2018. So this basically is creating a lot of drag, I would say, on the shareholders' value. That's point number one. So, what is your internal management perception or thoughts of how you're going to progress for 23 and 24? That's point number one. Point number two, dividend per share, you might just quote at 300% because your face value is one. Percentage terms, it might look really huge, but you're just paying less than 60 crores out of your profitability of 164, 165 odd crores to shareholders. Now here what happens, you are paying on time to your employees, you are paying on time to your creditors, and all the other individual stakeholders of the company are getting paid on time. But the shareholders who are actually the real who also have the similar kind of ownership, I would say, and who take the maximum risk by taking up equity shares, they are not being rewarded for. Like 3 rupees is actually very minuscule, I would say, when compared to for a company such as Rallis, who has a legacy. So just you should have, in my personal opinion, you should have a dividend policy in place. That's your certain percentage of say 50, 55, 60 odd percent of a profitability you should divide amongst the shareholders. And my last question is, the monsoons are really delayed in a certain part of India, whereas certain part of India are really, witnessing floods. So how will this impact, the performance of the company? And somewhere in the chairman's message in the annual report, you had mentioned that you source a lot of raw material from China. So how is this going to affect? And what are the capex plan, considering you have spent almost 185 crores in 22? What will be the capex plan for this year? I have these 5 questions. I just request the management to answer these 5 because they are really important. Because we, as an individual capacity, as well as our clients, we hold quite a sum of rallies. So we these questions are really important to be answered. I'm really thank you for your time, and I look forward for my answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. May I move on to Ms. Dineet Dadu?
Ms. Dineet, you have been unmuted and moved to the conference. You may switch on your camera and ask question.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Mr. Chairperson, sir, members of the board, MD Mr. Sanjeev Lal, and the management team. My name is Dineet, and I'm a proud shareholder of this company and a member of Millennium MAMS Bangalore. My question is, common sense says that this type of a situation has never been seen in the history of agrochemical companies, where commodity prices are on a historical high, there's a forecast of a very good monsoon and a huge capex coming into play. How do we see this panning out for the company? Is it going to be a big boom for the industry in general? My second question is, how much has the price of pesticides gone up in the last year, locally and globally? And lastly, sir, your view on the future of seeds and agrochemicals in general. You have done well in crop prediction and it's showing good growth, but your pain point seems to be in the seed business and exports to a certain level. Please tell us when we will see recovery in these two segments. My best wishes and looking forward to a strong performance by the company in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dadu. We missed out one, Ms. Vasudha Vikas Dakwe. I believe she's not joining. So we will proceed to answering all your questions. At the outset, I must thank each and every shareholder present here and otherwise for appreciating this company's position, particularly the service rendered to shareholders through the company secretary's office, as well as the appreciation you have showered on the employees as well as board members and so on. Thank you very much for that. And I would break up the this session into two parts. One which is general in nature, which I will take up, which those questions which pertain to the promoter, and I'm talking about Tata Sons, not just Tata Chemicals. And then we, between the CEO and I, we will attempt to answer some of the operating questions, especially those that are to do with current performance, the trend, and so on and so forth. First of all, there were a lot of questions pertaining to the financial performance. So let me deal with questions that are related to the promoter. The promoter holding going up, that there is an opportunity today at 50.09, the share prices are low. These are very strategic questions. The group has a certain policy on promoter holding in every one of the companies, and 50, I must tell you, is one of the higher percentage holdings. And at the strategic importance rather than the opportunity is what is looked at, and 50.09 is a large holding as such. We take that as an input in any case. Bonus shares is something that has been spoken about, and at an appropriate time, the board will take this up, look at the opportunity, and we'll get back to you. Merger with Tata Chemicals is a very strategic matter. This has been spoken about several times in the past. Let me first see, mergers shouldn't be taken up merely for the sake of financial gain or otherwise. The inputs that were given to us today were about cost cutting and so on. But we also have to look at strategic fit. The businesses that these companies are in are a little different. Rallis is primarily, and not primarily, entirely in the agriculture sector, and therefore its focus needs to leverage the agriculture sector in India and abroad. So that input is well taken. The 75th year, yes, all of us look forward to the 75th year, and it's not just hope, we are working towards a much better performance. The dividend payout that has been spoken about by one of the last few speakers about increasing it, I think we have been consistent in our dividend payout practice. And the policy is really to conserve where it is required for investment in the future. And at 35% last year, we believe it was reasonable, but we take your input on that. I now come to a significant portion of the questions that have been asked on the financial performance of the company. At the outset, as chairman of the board and on behalf of the management, we do acknowledge the Q4 performance and therefore the underperformance of the company during the year 21-22. While we acknowledge those questions, we have been working hard both as a management as well as at the board level of reimagining this company. There is no question, as all shareholders who have been on this company's with this company for a long time, we are in a very large opportunity market. There's no question about it. And we have to leverage our position, which is as a Tata company, an exceptional management team, an extraordinary manufacturing facility, a very good sales force, all of that put together. I only see opportunity in the future in this company. The reasons for underperformance have been stated. Sanjeev mentioned it. I mentioned it in my speech, and I would not like any of you to take away the fact that these are merely excuses. They are real reasons, but your own pointing out of the underperformance on the CAGR of the profitability as well as the share price are well taken. Let me just explain that we are subject to the uncertainties of weather, and all those things taken into account, as well as the impact of Chinese imports and the geopolitical situation. The primary focus of this company and the management during the last year, apart from planning for growth, has been to remain agile. Agility is of essence, not just in Rallis, in the entire group, because the market situation, the geopolitical situation is highly risky. And therefore, we have aligned this company to be as agile as it can be. I'll give you an example. Immediately after the last Kharif season, the board reviewed the situation and crafted a strategy to improve performance of the seeds business, which has actually declined by 13% in the last year. And a new initiative of which is based on three pillars of reset, rewire, and research was developed. We are working on improving the resource allocation to make a path of profitable growth for the seeds business. Our R&D team is working on several hybrids which have a good potential, and we are optimistic of this business going forward. We have already witnessed early signals in one of our cotton hybrids this year. Not just that, we have made investments in R&D, a new R&D setup. It does take time to get it set up and going. The same thing with our multipurpose plant at Dahej, which is coming up, which holds great promise. So both of these are focused on the new. What was mentioned to you, one of the shareholders, about what's in the pipeline by way of new products. These do take time, and this is not an excuse. There is a sense of urgency in the company to reset all these targets of time as well. So new product introduction is going to be a very big program, and those are going to get us the growth. Apart from that, a huge concentration on overseas markets as well as contract manufacturing. So the capacity build up that is happening in the company would be able to deliver a much better financial performance as we go along, starting from the current year, which is the 75th year. There are some parts of this question which I would like the operating head of the company, Sanjeev, to answer. Sanjeev, may I?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll just add a few points to the points that you have made, and some of them I did cover in my presentation. While we are working towards expanding our manufacturing capacity, our growth in our crop care business on an overall basis, I would say, has been reasonably satisfactory. Our domestic business grew by around 12%, which is higher than the growth of the market as per our internal estimates. Exports business is also on a growth trajectory with underlying growth of about 13%, while in terms of value, if you compare the 2 years, it is at 6%, but the underlying growth is around 13%. And even our crop nutrition business, while it is relatively small in the overall portfolio, if you look at the last 5 years, CAGR is at around 15%. We have, however, witnessed some extreme challenges in our margin profile, as we had spoken earlier. Our supply chain is dependent on China, with more than 50% of our inputs being sourced from there. Given the pressure on material availability and the cost volatility due to global supply chain and logistical challenges, we had difficulties in passing on the steep price increase without compromising on our growth and affordability by the end customers. Additionally, the seeds business, the chairman has already mentioned, there is a very good headroom to grow. It is a high margin business. We did have challenges related with climate as well as crop shift. And I did mention that the entire seeds industry, who are there in the hybrid seeds business, were all impacted. And we were also not unaffected by the climate shift and crop shift of last year. We have addressed some of these issues, and as mentioned by the chairman, we have new products which had been launched, and we have a positive response coming in from some of our cotton hybrids. we do look forward to a good year ahead. As I had mentioned, there's a good monsoon which is forecast. Our products are in place, and we are all set for a good year ahead. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you. I will go one by one as I have noted the important points that have been mentioned. Mr. Arun Bopanna, appreciate your thoughts as well as the appreciation of the team. You have raised some very large questions on poverty and hunger and food fortification, soil mapping, reducing methane, etc., and the ESG metrics. I think the ESG metrics is a very important input you have given us. I think some of these are very large issues, and whether they directly pertain to Rallis' strategy is something we will think about. Particularly on food fortification, we are not in that business specifically, but we'll take it as an input in the group, and the soil mapping part as well. On social media, I think your question as well as your reference to Titan, I think these are two different kinds of companies, but we do use social media. In fact, we do a lot of digitalization, but the social media is more and more for consumer connect. And in a business like this, it is a little slow, but we are using it to the extent possible. And certainly there is potential for us to increase our social media presence, but in the manner which is relevant to this company. I request you to visit the Tata Sustainability Group website for the group's thoughts and action on sustainable development, because there is a lot that the group is doing. And Rallis itself has undertaken various initiatives to address many of the concerns that you have mentioned. We are well within the limits of pesticides given by our regulators. Finally, we are not just in compliance, we are beyond compliance. And that is an important, because there is regulation in this industry, and we are well within the regulation. And to further intensify our journey on sustainable development, the company is targeting a 30%, as I mentioned, absolute reduction of carbon emission by the year 2030. Mr. Manoj Kumar, you had mentioned on single-use plastic, if there is a single-use plastic issue that we can...
Yeah, so in fact, for our products, we are using only recyclable plastic. And under the extended producer responsibility, we are recycling plastic waste through authorized agencies.
There is a suggestion on increasing distribution. We take that as a suggestion. In fact, there is a rethinking of distribution itself in some parts of the country in this company. Ms. Patel, we take your inputs on traveling expenses. Can that be controlled? Commission expenses and so on. And on GeoGreen and the inventory, we did have a problem in a specific area. And, the whole question of inventory being high is also sometimes to do with a drop in sales or not a sufficient growth in sales. So predictability of sales has become an issue, and especially when there is significant uncertainty. Mr. Saraf, again, single-use plastic you brought up, and I think Sanjeev answered it. We take your point on the male-female ratio. We are aware there is, Sanjeev mentioned about the employee engagement score in this company. It's quite high, but we take your point on diversity, improving the diversity. In fact, I have myself visited the field where we have recruited young women, even in the field, to meet up with farmers and advise them on use of Rallis products. Booster dose to the employees, it's a suggestion. Well, we are very cognizant of the fact that we have to take care of our employees. And on the difference in cost between physical and hybrid, well, conducting this AGM online versus this manner in which we are doing it, I can tell you there's not such a big cost difference if you look at only the meeting. Yes, there are some benefits of doing it online, but I think a physical meeting is still very effective. So I think a hybrid version in which in a physical meeting, access to shareholders to the meeting from remote locations is possible, as one of the members mentioned, because of age and other constraints of travel. It would be a wonderful uh, solution for the future. Mr. Gautam Tiwari, thank you for all your appreciation. And unclaimed dividend, there is a clear direction on unclaimed dividend and investment into the IEPF. It is not an issue. There is nothing that we can add to whatever has been mentioned in our annual report. The decline in business, I think I have explained to you. Mr. Yusuf Rangwala, again, you mentioned about the total staff is of the, I think, 1,617. Is that the number?
1,716.
1,716,
And
not
we've got
1,617.
600 in manufacturing. I think his question was related with manufacturing. So 600 people in manufacturing.
Hard copies of the annual report, how much did we print? 600 we printed. On your input on bonus issue, we'll think about it. Factory visit, we've always stated in the past that whenever possible, it would be done, but during COVID, we couldn't do anything. We take your input. Mr. Sailesh Mahadevia, on your very, very perceptive input on vitamins and potassium and all that has been studied in the US market. How it's something, frankly, I haven't thought about, and it's an input we will all take back and see how we can work on that. Attrition of 17.34%, yes, is high. I think Sanjeev can take on that question with what specific steps and what reasons were there for that.
So we had a bit of attrition in our sales team during the course of the year. Employment opportunities are certainly very good in the market today. We have had attrition largely in our seeds business, but we are working towards a higher level of engagement. We already enjoy a high level of engagement today, but we are working towards further strengthening some of our HR processes to improve the retention.
Thank you. I also would like to, has the government worked out alternative policies to bring some reforms to the sector in lieu of the withdrawal of farm reforms, was a question you asked, sir. A number of initiatives have been taken up in the recent past, including use of drone for spraying inputs, relaxing the gene editing norms, and direct transfer of MSP in certain crops. These are steps that have been taken. They are not policy level, but they are really initiatives. And your question on ECSR activity, any social impact study has been done. The mentioned contribution represents physical involvement of employees in CSR activities. Impact assessment was done for our Jaldan project in Beed village in FY22, but we will take your input on doing a company level impact. I next move to Mr. Vinod Agarwal. There is a question on the market value, a one-time effect on the market value of a certain investment we had made, 3.37 crores or something. That question. And black and white printing, well, we take your input on that. CapEx for FY23 and FY24, maybe you can.
Yeah, for the FY23, we are outlooking capital investment of around 250 crores. This will be towards manufacturing capacity as well as towards registration of our products in different markets, as well as investment in our R&D setup.
Thank you. Mr. Amit Kumar Pathak, your question on mutual funds. I think there is a separate treasury management initiative and a function which manages treasury, and this is being done efficiently. There is oversight by the board, and I can assure you that it will keep improving. Impairment, if any, does get taken into account, but to the extent possible, we ensure that we invest wisely. Inventories, I think I did explain it. It is also, there is a specific problem in the seeds business, but those are all, everything changes the moment growth comes into the company. So we take your inputs on the management of inventory, but there is a sales related issue which we are dealing with, and pursuing growth will be the primary objective in this matter. Plan for setting up any foreign subsidiary, well, we'll continue to evaluate options, but that has to be based on specific opportunity rather than just going after any acquisition. Ms. Dakwe was not there. Mr. Kirti Shah, I think we explained to you. No.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Why quarter four dip, the significant dip you asked, I think we did explain. And how's the current situation? I think there was an explanation from Sanjeev, the CEO. FIIs, well, these are investors, and the why part of it really, I guess, unlike many of you who are long-term investors, they do take their calls, and we will look into the why. Promoter holding of 50.09, I take that. I've already answered that question to you. It will be something as an input we'll take back. Tamal's question on capacity utilization, Akola, these are very specific. I would request, and the revenue from South America having declined, and North America and Europe and Australia, how we are doing. I'd like Sanjeev to take on the specifics that you have taken up, Tamal.
I'll just first respond to one of the observations of Mr. Tamal regarding Mr. Mukundan being away in Chennai. He's in fact sent me a message to just communicate to you that he is there for a customer visit, and that is why he had to be there in Chennai for the visit of the customers. Moving on further to some of the questions that you had asked regarding the capacity utilization. We are looking at capacity utilization for our manufacturing facilities. Last year, it was at around 85-90%. Akola plant is a formulation plant, and it does have peak utilization closer to the season and slightly flatter utilization in the off season. So it goes through a cyclicity. You had asked about the international business. We have prioritized North America during the last year due to higher profitability. In Africa, we've received registrations which has helped grow our formulated business sales, and EU and Australia continue to be important markets for us. You had asked a question related with PT Metahelix. That company has now been wound up, and it was not viable because of the need for producing seeds in that particular country, which was not viable for us. So we have exited that country. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Jaideep Bakshi, thank you for your commendations, but I'd like to specifically talk about, I think we've answered on the R&D expenditure. It is a very big investment we are making, but more than that, the investment in people for new product introductions, which will help grow this company. Mr. Dipankar, thank you for the very well researched and asking us to move the needle. The needle itself is very pricking. You're very, very good. And thank you for your inputs. Every one of the points that you mentioned are relevant, important, and while you commended the management, you're surprised why we are not performing. I think we attempted to answer on the initiatives. It's not just at the level of the management. The board is engaged in helping this company grow profitably. And I, without extending a promise to all of you, certainly there is very deep awareness of the situation we are in, and we would move. The competitors having grown 16 to 31%, well, good for them. I think we have to catch up. We certainly have to work to do, but the work has already started, and we are very optimistic on being able to deliver a far better performance during the current year. The last year, was affected because of our underperformance in the seeds business. But thank you for your inputs, Mr. Dipankar. Mr. Kotwani, thank you for again, repeating and helping us with your questions, which you had sent us. There is scope for growth in every segment, as you rightly pointed out. Ms. Pasari, the RM procurement risk, raw material, that is risk mitigation that you have sought is a very valid question. It is something, is a combination of investing in manufacturing as well as looking at sources other than from certain geographies. You want to deal with that?
Yeah, I'll just add that we are looking at both short-term and long-term agreements for securitizing our supplies. In fact, for some of our products, some of our key starting materials where we were dependent on China, we've already developed local vendors. And it is our intention that in the next 2 years, this dependence on China would come down significantly from the current level of 50%. And we are targeting to bring it to about 35% in the next 2 years.
You had a very valid point on per capita of 0.6% consumption of agrochemicals. It is a low consumption geography. It is increasing at a very slow pace, but at the same time, because of better agrochemicals, overall agrochemical treated area is going up, but the input per unit is not growing. It is an Indian phenomenon, better understood by the operating team. Sanjeev, you want to add to that?
Yeah, certainly the specific consumption is very different in India compared to some of the other countries. And even within India, depending on the part of the geography, we've got different levels of agrochemical consumption per hectare of land. The other point is that many of the products that are being used in India today are higher performing chemicals, so the efficacy is at a higher level. I'll perhaps also take the other question that was asked regarding difenoconazole. That is the new product that we will be commercializing from a new multi-purpose plant. It is a very large fungicide molecule with a formulation sales of over $600 million globally. China is the leading market for this product, followed by Brazil, Russia, and the United States. And it is used in multiple crops, which are cereals, soybean, oilseed, cotton, amongst other crops. And maybe there's another question which was on the FPOs, which we are working with FPOs as well through our CSR activities through CSAFE. Plus, we are also looking at alternate channels for getting our products to the market. And our products are available on some of these e-commerce platforms, which are the national level platforms. Plus, also, we are working with some corporates who are also setting up these e-commerce platforms. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Dinesh Bhatia, thank you for your support of all our resolutions, and we do believe that we will have a much better 75th year, much better than the 74th year as we promised, and we should be able to celebrate. We would invite any suggestions from you on any celebrations that you would like us to work on. I'd like to move on to Ms. Mohanka. Well, I think your questions again are well researched. On Outlook, I believe we did share with you the digitalization impact. All these are efficiency indices, and they take some time for you to. It is both efficiency and ease of working, not just getting costs down, but also ease of working. And I have seen myself in the field the work that the sales force does in terms of uh, order booking, deliveries, logistics, etc. A 5-year growth plan, yes, we have worked on it, but it keeps changing with the engagement of the board, because we do want to grow aggressively in the future. At this present moment, it is not possible to share the 5-year plan.
That's fine.
We do expect that with the favorable monsoons, we should have a much better year, Ms. Mohanka. Mr. Nalin Shah, yes, I mean, you repeated the fact that profitability is stagnant and is, compared to the 2018 performance. All these, I believe, we have taken into account, and and between Sanjeev and me, we have answered the initiatives that we are taking to improve the financial performance of the company. Ms. Dadu, you mentioned about how high commodity price and forecast of good monsoon will impact the industry, how Rallis CapEx outcome will benefit in this booming market. The agriculture sector in general and agrochemical industry, we do believe will do well in the current year. And as I said, it's a very large industry, it's a large opportunity, and there is no excuse not to perform better and grow profitably for us. Rallis will benefit from these trends.
Yeah.
The questions.
You had also wanted to understand something on the price of pesticides locally and globally. In the calendar year 2021, the global crop protection market is estimated to have grown by about 8%, where the volume growth is higher than the price growth. As far as India is concerned, FY22 growth in India has largely been driven by price for the pesticides which were used domestically.
Once again, thank you all shareholders for this very engaging session, and we take all your inputs. I now authorize Mr. Yash Seth, Company Secretary, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The remote e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable the members to cast their vote. Mr. N.L. Bhatia of N.L. Bhatia and Associates Practicing Company Secretaries have been appointed as the scrutinizer for this meeting. I also authorize the company secretary to accept, acknowledge, and countersign the scrutinizer's report and declare the consolidated voting results on receipt of the scrutinizer's report. The results will be announced within the time stipulated from the conclusion of the meeting, and the same would be intimated to the stock exchanges and displayed on the website of the company and NSDL, as well as the notice board at the registered office of the company. I would like to thank the directors for joining the meeting remotely. I also thank the shareholders for attending this meeting, sharing your valuable suggestions, and for your continued understanding and support. Now, with your consent, the other board members and I would like to take leave. I request all of you to stay safe and stay healthy.
The e-voting had been kept open for 15 minutes as mentioned by the chairman. We now close the e-voting. The requisite quorum was present throughout the meeting. Results of the AGM will be announced by the company within the stipulated time. With this, the meeting stands concluded. Thank you.